Bing bong. Welcome to the Third Room Podcast. Blume's in the goddamn building.
Hello, America.
Tyler. We have a special guest today. His name's Tyler.
You know, Blume,
It's Blume.
Blume, I think you would be an entirely different person if you just went by Tyler. I don't mean like good or bad. I just think you'd just be a completely different person if you went by
Goatee
Blume.
is screaming over there, son. I said the goatee is screaming. I haven't even noticed it.
Yeah, it's something.
Hell
I had to do something about the turkey neck, man. I had to do that's a tough look.
You can stick that in your mouth.
And
All right.
It's
getting there.
That's what she said.
See, Bloom doesn't work, or
that's
Tyler
what he
doesn't
said.
work at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Tyler does.
Tyler doesn't. Bloom does.
Yes, that's very
Speaking
true.
of Indianapolis Motor Speedway, how's the dream job?
I love it, man. I love it. I like most of my coworkers. There's one shithead, but everybody else love them to death. You know, hey, look, this is the guys on the street. I got lucky. You know, I wake up every day. I go to, you know, my favorite place, and I get paid to do it. So
That's great.
That's cool, man. That's pretty badass. I know whenever you got the job, you're pretty hyped.
What is the job exactly? I'm not sure. Is that something you can talk about? On there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No. I took.
No, they hide nukes underneath the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Okay, all right.
No, I take care of the grass, and they got a golf course on property, so I work on that a lot. So
That's cool.
The grass that covers up the nukes.
Jimmy Hoffa's body.
Hey,
You heard it here first.
hey, did you see where they're reopening the investigation on that?
yeah, I did see that.
I told Kay, I said, holy shit. She said, what? I said, they're opening the investigation on Jimmy Hoffa. She said, who's that?
Who's
I was
that?
like,
Yeah.
So we watched The Irishman together. It's a 3-hour fucking movie. We watched it together.
Shows how much you guys did.
Yeah.
Well, he went in and explained it to me the other day at the golf course, and I was like, I don't fucking know or care, bro.
Long mafia story, basically.
Yeah, it was a long one.
It's been a legend since the.
He kept it pretty
40s.
short and sweet. He kept me interested in the story. I understood what he meant by that, but I just have no
Did not
clue
give
about
a
it.
fuck.
I just don't know.
Hoffa at one point had like more control over the country than the president did.
I'm worried about 96 to now, so we'll just stick
Yeah,
with
there you
that.
go. I love mob shit though.
I love some murder, man. I love some murder. Okay, that sounded creepy.
Yeah.
But, like, I do love true crime. Like,
Bloom pulled up here on
I'm
a
a
white
big
Bronco.
fan.
yeah, for sure.
Wow.
We're off to a hot start, aren't we?
That's-
Welcome to the Third Room Podcast. Bloom is in the building. We're happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here, man.
It's
Big
Thanksgiving week, obviously, so Bloom's home. So
Look, you ever think how lucky Bloom is? He's on the ground floor of the Third Room Podcast.
It's
Kind
happening.
of like if you knew Joe Rogan before Joe Rogan was Joe Rogan.
That's
You know?
pretty
He's
much what
actually
it's
in
like.
the penthouse.
Well, he's on the ground floor now, but he's gonna have a spot at the penthouse
yeah,
when he
yeah.
gets there.
Well, I look at it like this, like, man, because I relate to like, I'm from here, so,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I relate to everything you guys are saying.
like a piece of home.
Yeah, and I used to hang out with you guys, so it's like, hey, makes my Monday mornings go by, perfect, I'm always in a bad mood because my Colts usually lose, and then Monday morning,
At least you got Jonathan Taylor to look forward
That's
to.
true. That's true. We'll get into that later, but I don't want to get my blood pressure up.
Not this early in.
We'll save that for the end.
Yeah, we're fresh.
So we're gonna go ahead and just get into the Iron Bowl picks.
Yes, we're doing the Iron Bowl picks again. Last year, I won a Southern Creek jacket, quarter zip, with my pick that I don't remember what it was, like 38-17 or something.
It was
You was the closest.
Yeah, I got the closest. So what we're doing is the closest. I can't remember what's the tiebreaker. I think it was missed field goals or something like that.
It was something fucking stupid. Or no.
It was something that was like really
Turnovers.
Okay, yeah, that's what it
turnovers.
was. What was it? How did we do the turnovers?
I think it was how many turnovers that team was going to have.
Okay.
So, like, Alabama, I think, had 1 turnover and Auburn had 2. Something like that. I don't know. But I don't think. I don't know.
Last Iron Bowl I remember is 2018. Okay, or was it 2018? Which 2017 is the one Auburn won.
2019.
2019. Yeah,
Don't remember
with
that
Sean
well.
with Sean Shivers. Yeah. That's the last one I remember.
Anyways.
Any old way. We'll go around the table. Start it up.
All right, so we're doing score and The team.
Score and
obviously.
turnover.
Okay. All right. They've got Alabama by 19.5.
Really? They
Yeah.
dropped because it was at 20.5 this morning.
Really? It
This
was not.
morning.
It was 19.
Well, it was 19.5 yesterday.
It was
Okay.
19.5 Wednesday.
It went up to 20.5.
I haven't seen it at 20.5.
Anyways,
I'm
obviously,
looking.
I'm gonna go with Bama. I mean,
It's
quite
20.5 now. It went up.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thought you were gonna call me a fucking liar.
So here's what I think. Auburn played like dog shit against South Carolina.
no, they didn't. They played dogs for the last 3 weeks. So that's what you meant to say.
Sorry. But this is the only game that matters to them right now, so it's probably going to be less than 20,
Yeah.
I could imagine. So I'm going to go 42 to 28.
You were kind of close to what I was thinking.
42-28.
Oh boys, I'm on the other side of y'all.
Well, I'm going to change.
Our
mine because
defense
I
ain't
sat
been playing the
here-
best.
I sat here and
So-
thought
No,
about it.
but if your O-line's that bad, I mean,
The Auburn's got the worst.
you're gonna have a hard time stopping fucking Will
Fine.
Anderson's all I gotta say.
I think-
Okay. Whoa.
Hey, we're gonna stop him. Just everybody else is gonna get by because we're gonna use 3 people to block him.
You
You're
know
right.
what? Fuck it. 45 to 14.
45 to 14. That's
45-14. I'm closing it there.
All right. Let me
How
write
many
this down.
turnovers? How many turnovers?
Turnovers. Alabama's going to have no turnovers. Auburn's going to have 2.
45 to what?
14.
14. 2 turnovers.
Auburn. 0.
How
Alabama.
pissed would you be if I was like 44
He prices right your
to
ass.
to
All right,
15?
so my guess is this is kind of tough.
I've got my pick.
I'm going 35-10.
35-10. That's a good score.
Yeah.
My guess is 35-10. Alabama with 1 turnover. Auburn with 2 turnovers.
So you can't find me a worse offensive line in the country than Auburn's. They've played great at times, played awful at most times. The best thing Auburn has going for it right now is TJ Finley. Although he is a backup, he's got some starting experience, and there's not a lot of film on him at Auburn. So that's the best thing you got going for you. Now, I already have a built-in excuse while we lose. Kind of like Alabama did when they had to start Mac Jones. That's the only reason we lost, bro. But I'm going with, let's see.
That ain't what anybody said from Alabama.
Well, a lot of people, it was the assumption that if Tua would have started.
Not in this room. We're talking about this room. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about the year Tua got hurt, not.
I know.
Okay, gotcha.
I hate this segment.
That,
Hate it.
notice the player A, player B is not on the board because Tristan fucking hates it.
Oh, no, dude. No, I like it. It's a
no,
staple.
No, he don't fucking like it.
It's a staple. Just because I suck at it, that's different.
Well, it turned it's into something that it's not. Like it turned into guess the player and not
Well,
player.
yeah.
Would you rather
Oh,
take
I
player
agree.
A or player B?
I agree, but you know,
It should just be guess
there's
the player.
only a certain
That
amount
was
of
my point.
there's only a certain amount of Heisman winners that we're obviously gonna like know.
Yeah.
Because I could say some guy from fucking 1960, and we're gonna have no fucking clue.
Agreed.
But so I had to start improvising somewhere. But anyway, my score. Let's see. I'm trying to think because I think Auburn will probably jump up like first drive or two. They'll get like a 7.
I think that's where
they'll
they
get
get their
7.
14
They'll get
points.
7 points right at the beginning. Stop Alabama on their next drive. Then I'm gonna hold on to false hope for the rest of the game.
There's something about Jordan Hare.
That is the thing that's a little tricky. If it was in Tuscaloosa, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, Auburn's got a better record in Tuscaloosa than they do at Jordan Hare in all time. But I'm gonna go. You gotta get like a field goal score in there,
That's why I got my 45.
I got a field goal
That's where I
score.
get 10.
I do too.
I'm gonna go 42-20.
42.
Auburn went. No, I'm kidding. 42-20 because Auburn's gonna kick like 2 field goals at least for sure.
You're close to me.
You're 42-20. I for sure Bryce Young's probably gonna have at least 1 turnover. I just have a feeling that he's probably gonna have at least 1 turnover. And then See, I just don't know. If it was Bo Nix, I could probably guarantee two turnovers. But with TJ Finley, he's careful, so he'll just take more sacks than he will turnovers.
I think the 2 turnovers is early, and that's when Alabama just kind of.
I'm going to go 1 turnover for each team.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking, 2 turnovers for Auburn or for a team going into a game. That's a big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
that's 2 times you just gave them the ball, and you were probably driving. So any time in the game you're driving, I understand that, but it's the Iron Bowl. A little different. A little
Yeah.
different down here, Blume.
One turn.
We'll
One
get into that.
I mean, we've been into we've seen Iron Balls where one fumble
Yeah.
turned the whole game
Yeah.
around. But with Cam
We've
Newton's-
seen games where 1 second turns the whole game around.
We have.
That's
Sad.
yeah.
There,
Takes a lot.
I
You know what he's
fans
talking
say.
about?
Yeah.
Block punt.
I do know exactly.
I had a Alabama fan at work. He said something about you guys need 1 second. I said no, you just beat our ass for 60 minutes, bro. It wasn't a 1 second joke to be made. You just beat our ass for 60 minutes. That's
Joiner, I want
all
you
there
to
is to
know that there's people around like me right now, my team. I hear it all day at work.
Mhm.
You're not alone.
Yeah, I know.
Other
I know.
teams have this dynamic.
Oh, I know.
It's like, man, I just want to beat their ass once. Just give.
Well,
give
I
me
mean,
one
Auburn
time.
went
Yeah, but that's the thing is you have every once in a while Auburn.
for the tear that Alabama's been on for the last 10 years is infinitely higher than anybody's.
14 years.
Has it been 14?
Yeah.
I just so used to hearing 10.
Does it ever get old for you people?
It's like playing. It's like playing
Listen-
NCAA on,
listen to
on
me.
recruit.
It used to get old
Blume-
back in the early 2000s being a kid, hearing how shitty
Blume, this is the
Alabama
problem.
was.
This is why it hasn't gotten old and it won't get old. Because I remember being an Alabama fan when we were dog shit, and I know it's going to end one day. So I'm riding high right now, and I'm going to remember the good times.
Yep.
So I'm just going to soak it
I
in.
don't blame you.
Like
I don't blame
this.
Got to.
Okay, I respect that. This is what gets me is Alabama's gotten so used to this shit that I have the national championships in Indy this year. I've got a garage full already of people that are wanting to come stay for the. They don't know it's going to be 18 degrees outside, and I've told them that that's a bad move. Stay in the garage, but still, I've got a house full of people that are already booking their trips, and it's dude, do you guys really take it for granted that much?
I know you
holy
saw it
crap.
because you liked my tweet. I don't know. Did you see his little rant? He
Oh,
went on?
yeah, I saw it.
It's amazing.
Well,
It's great.
well, that's the thing I was about to say.
best
I
line
know
out
he
of
wasn't talking to me because
Yeah.
I'm the epitome of
Hey, we
the
won a game.
opposite.
Yeah.
I remember when we were stoked because we won.
Solid win. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be that way. I'm
That's-
cool with the win. I know we're not
You're
beating
college.
people by 50, but
You're a college football team.
exactly.
They're 18-year-old kids. 18 to 22-year-old kids.
Yeah, I loved every bit of that speech.
Yeah, hey, and that goes into my game pick. Nick Saban went on a rant this week.
That's Auburn's fucked.
Should he do the
He went on
Michigan
a
Ohio
rant.
State game?
yeah.
You do that
You
Mich-
picked the Michigan Ohio State game.
Yeah, you do the Michigan Ohio State
All
game.
right. Well, you want my score for this?
Yeah.
Okay, you picked.
17-14, Bama, last second field goal. Bo Nix is going to throw 2 picks.
Bo Nix
Bo
is
Nix
hurt
is
this
out.
season.
got a broken ankle.
He's got a
by the way.
broken ankle.
Oh, he's out?
Yeah.
He's
All right,
out.
whoever the hell's playing quarterback for him.
TJ Finley. He came out. He came out
Oh,
last year.
shit.
TJ Finley, 2 picks off the top
See,
deck.
TJ Finley though, he's a lot like Nick Foles was at the Eagles the first time around. Before they got Carson Wentz, at least I don't remember if he left or not. Where he didn't throw a lot of interceptions,
He wasn't going to win you the game.
but he
that's
took a
what
lot.
he
He took a lot of sacks to avoid throwing interceptions. So if you
He's
start,
the anti-Carson Wentz.
yeah.
So, what were we just talking about?
He said 17-14 Alabama,
Right
but we
before
said
that.
Michigan Ohio State game.
Right before that.
Nick
Nick
Saban's little
Saban's
rant.
speech.
Yeah. So Kerryon Johnson quote tweeted and said, "Don't like the man,
Yeah.
but he's got to get some." I get I don't like the school he coached for, but Nick Saban was a good man.
Well, yeah, he meant I can't
understand.
fucking stand him.
A little deep.
I've gained a respect for him.
And it's also different when you're on the opposite sideline.
Oh
from
yeah,
him.
I'm sure.
And I'm sure.
Another thing is he can't say, "God, I love Nick Saban," because then I mean, it's gonna
Yeah,
degrade the
it-
Auburn
deep down,
fan base.
Look, I
really
respect
bad.
Nick Saban a lot.
And
I
think
wish he coached like Cal or some shit where I had no kind of connection.
Yeah.
And
like when Pete Carroll was at USC.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
for 2 years.
yeah. You could admire that. You could talk
Yeah.
about that. But you know how many fucking Thanksgiving weeks he's ruined? You know how many me cussing at the TV?
Yeah.
I mean, and he's done that not just for me, for a lot of people. except for
I got a hot
Louisiana
take.
Lafayette
When
his
we get
first
done
year.
with these scores, I got a hot take real fast.
Nick Saban isn't very good at catching.
17-14. Take it to the bank.
Well, what Nick Saban should do is get on
Impressive.
Facebook
Vegas
and
doesn't want you to bet on this game.
I've never bet on the Iron Bowl.
Good.
I'm never going
Two
to.
ga-
You never know what's going to
at least for Auburn.
Ever.
At least for Auburn, 2 games you do not bet on is Georgia Auburn and Alabama Auburn. You don't bet on those games. John, Georgia wins. Actually, Georgia beats Auburn more often than Alabama does, but the spread, you never bet that spread. And then you never bet Auburn, Alabama. I would never bet my own team anyway because I'm not going to pick my team to lose. Like, even if Auburn was like 0 for right now, I would if I had to bet on it, I'd bet on them to win because I'm not gonna be sitting there cheering for the opposite team so I win money.
I'm just ready to put on my new hat, boys.
What's in your hat? Was it another national championship?
That was my leather patch hat from Southern Creek Clothing
Oh, okay.
after I win.
Look, if Blume gets it right with this, we're giving. Yeah, he's definitely
he's
getting
gonna
the fucking.
I'm giving you money, so
Yeah.
I think it's going to be incredibly low scoring. I think it's going to be sloppy.
If Auburn's defense can play like they have in the first half all year for the entire game,
I think it will
that'd
be
great.
a 5.
Let's hear your score, and then we'll get the Blume's Michigan Ohio State score.
I got Alabama.
I'd hope so.
38-20.
38-20.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a good score.
I like that.
Here's the
Yeah, that's gonna
thing.
be a good one.
Auburn's also on their backup kicker
I
too.
have 3 turnovers for Bama.
Ooh.
2 turnovers for Auburn.
God almighty.
Bryce Young, when he's shown under pressure that he doesn't make great decisions.
I see them taking really hot runs and something going bad.
So
Bryce Young screams.
I think it's
NFL
between
bust.
me and you because I don't see Bama scoring like in the 40s.
I don't either, no.
Just because it's the Iron Bowl.
But I see a field goal coming in at some point.
I think-
because our kicker's been decent.
This can be tough because like we may go to the tiebreaker because it may be like 35-17 or something.
You want me to tell you what's gonna?
And you got 20, I have 35. So
Right.
You know it's gonna be you know it's gonna break the game wide open for Alabama. It's gonna be a screen pass on about their own 30 that 2 DBs miss the tackle, and they take it for 70 yards. And Auburn was only down like a touchdown or 10 points, and they're fighting to get back in the game, and it's gonna be like a 3rd and like 3, and they're gonna throw like a swing pass out to a receiver.
You know,
who's gonna
Kent,
take it.
you said that Alabama has a good kicker. You know, he had a better season last year than he did this year.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't miss a fucking thing last year.
But I think the thing that stood out the most to me about what Nick Saban said, which I put it on Twitter, was when I got here, we were thankful to win a damn game.
Yeah.
That's a fucking statement right there.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of you're going to have it when you have a successful team, but there's a lot of bandwagon Alabama fans that hopped on after 09,
Yeah.
and they just think Alabama's supposed to win. They're supposed to win by 40, and that's the end of it.
Well, you know, it's
It's a
crazy because
birthright.
Ole Miss is on a high horse right now because they've got their first 10 winning program history.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
yeah.
When we talk about how great Hugh Freeze was, and he'd never had a 10-win season.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's even crazier. Auburn made Ole Miss look like they weren't shit, and then go lose to Mississippi State,
South
Texas
Carolina.
A&M, and South Carolina.
That was fun watching.
That's fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible.
It's safe to say there's not going to be an Auburn-Michigan game.
No, there's not.
It's going to
No,
be,
there's
if it's going to be anything, it's going to be Ole Miss versus Michigan.
That's what I saw it last night. I was like, yeah.
It's going to be Ole Miss because Ole Miss is going to the
That's
Super
an
Bowl.
interesting
We're probably
matchup.
gonna
Too.
lose that too.
I got a question for you though.
What's up?
Are you so right now? Michigan's like, you know, you're at the party. It's like midnight, not quite time to go home, but you're just fucking hammered, and it hits you like, when I go home, it's gonna fucking suck. I'm gonna be this drunk. The room's gonna start spinning. I'm gonna be hungover like as hell the next morning.
Yeah.
Bowl season. Do you feel like that's gonna be when you lay down in bed and the room's spinning? And then,
We're gonna go whether we go in the playoff or whether we go to regular bowl. We're gonna get our ass beat.
and then the
That's
next
the hardball way.
and then the next season. Do you think there's gonna be that hangover?
No, I don't think there's gonna be a hangover next season. I think we're gonna get our ass beat whatever bowl we go to. But next season we've got a pretty good quarterback coming back. McCarthy's supposed to be good. We're losing Hutchinson on the D line, but I don't think there's gonna be a hangover. And like I said at the beginning of the year, Harbaugh's gonna coach just good enough to keep his job. And I said that at the beginning of the year. I was like, I've seen this shit before. He's gonna coach just good enough to keep his job. Next year we'll have a decent season, and for us, it's a decent season. Is different than like Alabama.
This is a very good season for Michigan for
Yeah, hey,
anybody.
we'll take it.
For
Yeah,
anybody.
hey.
It's not just for Michigan. It's a decent
It's been
season.
fun as hell to watch.
Yeah. It's a very good season, honestly. We've kind of, with Alabama making the tear they have the last 14 years, we've gotten away from the fact that 9-10 wins is a great
That's
season.
a good season.
Back in the 80s, 8 wins was like
Yeah.
you were the shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in the top 10, like you're.
I also think the talent level was a lot more even across the board. You could go play fucking
Yeah.
Southern Mississippi Baptist University, and they had this kid out of high school that played 20 years in the NFL. That was amazing.
And I have come around a little bit on Harbaugh. Like,
Don't fall for it.
as,
I had
oh,
Gus.
I'm
I had
gonna fall
I had
for it.
Gus
I'm
Mouse
gonna
on.
fall for it. No question.
I
I'm gonna fall for
I'm
it.
ready to get hurt again.
I had Gus Mouse on. Don't fall
Look,
for it.
Did you see where Gus Malzahn hurt his knee last week?
What did he do? Run down
He
the side?
fucking went to go chest bump a player, fell down, and this week or the other day he was in a damn knee brace. I had a table like elevated
Hate
from.
to see it.
He was just sitting at a little white table,
Look,
just
I-
sitting there coaching.
Look, I really
Funny as fuck.
thought he was going to do well at UCF.
He's done all right.
No.
He's been bad.
UCF's
No.
not a bad program to begin with.
And then he tanked it. Like, honestly, tanked it.
I really haven't paid too much attention.
I think
See,
they're
what you
fighting for
gotta
5.
give-
They got 4 losses right
You
now.
gotta give a coach 3
that's not
years,
bad.
bro. You gotta give a coach 3 years at a new spot.
I get that, but this is the reason I say he's tanked it, and this has always been my knock on Gus Malzahn. So it's not like he's rebuilding a program. They were winning a lot of fucking games
Yeah.
before he got there.
They're right there.
They didn't lose a quarterback or anything crazy. They had the same quarterback that they won all those games with. But Gus Malzahn's got one offense only. He's not changing it for who he's got, and he's not gonna recruit the guy to fit his offense. He's gonna get the best guy he can, and then not change the offense around him, which is why Alabama's been where they're at. I also think a lot of people talk about Alabama with their turnover rate with coaches and players that it hurts them.
Please.
Oh,
The koozie.
Oh, you want the coach?
Yeah. Sorry. No, you're all right. You're fine.
I'm supposed to tell you that.
I know, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
But
He's just feeling.
I think the coaching turnover is what's actually helped Alabama stay relevant stay like they have all these years, because you get all kinds of different offensive minds in there. You don't have just the same. Like, a lot of people keep the same offensive coordinator their whole time as a head coach, or at least 3 or 4 years, where Alabama doesn't. So every year, they can almost match the coach to the players. You know what I mean?
Coach rehab.
Well, I know, but like, they can say, we've got Mac Jones this year. Let's get a pocket passing coach that runs a pocket passing offense. Oh, we've got Jalen Hurts. Let's get a coach that runs the spread offense. You know what I mean?
$50 says Dan Mullen goes to Alabama.
He probably will, and I'm gonna fucking be pissed
I wouldn't mind that.
because he'd be a damn good head coach somewhere else.
You did the same thing. You were like cussing out their offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien, and all that shit.
Fuck Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, nobody thought
Okay.
Bill O'Brien was a good
No,
head.
but this is the thing. It's one game. It's one game.
What you mean?
What I'm talking about is respect and winning.
No.
Respect winning.
I'm not
Hey,
saying
I'm
it's
not
Bill
mad
O'Brien.
that
I'm
we
not-
won by.
I'm talking about the offense is playing like dick.
You can
No,
tell.
I get that, but did you win the game?
Oh yeah, I'm happy
Yeah,
about
but
all the
you won the
wins.
game.
This
then
is-
what-
But this
that's
is the
all that
thing,
matters.
like
The players are
you
bailing
win-
him out versus the play
when-
calling.
when
of the
you
you're
players.
see
No, I get
that it's
that
not
part.
gonna last.
I get that part of it.
This is if Bill O'Brien is to stay there for the next 5 years, that will be the downfall of the program.
Right.
Guaranteed.
so. That's-
100%.
that's how it
So
is.
like this is
Yeah.
this is my problem. So he's the offensive coordinator. Obviously, he is calling the plays. Brian Robinson had over 100 yards against Texas A&M, and he's sitting there getting 5 to 10 yards average each run.
And then you stop throwing.
And
the
then
ball.
you
Or
throw a
running the
fucking
ball.
bubble screen on 3rd and 12. I mean, I'd rather have a run than that, you know?
I get it.
It's insane.
You can see where the play calling's not great, but the talent of players he's coaching is bailing him
And
out.
Pete Golden, since he's been there, we have not had a defense at all, really.
So
you haven't had a defense.
No,
What's been your record of the past? How long has he been there?
Two seasons, I think.
I think this is
2 or 3.
second or third.
there's been massive holes in the
Well,
defense last
this
year.
is the
And then
thing.
y'all win the national
You're
championship
seeing a
last year?
decline
Because
in-
our offense was insane with Steve Sarkisian.
But see,
Oh, I get
this is
that.
the thing though. If you settle,
Yeah,
everybody catches up.
That's when you turn into a Michigan.
The reason Alabama's
Oh,
always
okay. All right. That's what brought us down. I got you.
the reason Alabama's always stayed where they're at is because when somebody's not doing their job, even though you're winning, if you're not doing your job, you get the fuck out.
What I'm talking about is there needs to be an like, I'm not saying, look, the Alabama fan, I get it. I get
Hey,
it.
I'm not.
100%. But there should be a, like, most of y'all years we as Michigan fans would fucking kill for that. So it's just another perspective of like 90% of teams across the nation would be like, holy shit, if we could just have a season like that, and it's like almost every year.
But see what I'm saying though is if
That's not gonna last.
if Pete Golding was offensive coordinator for anybody but like Ohio State or Alabama,
And didn't have a bunch of 5-stars.
they would be losing games.
I get that.
The
but you
talent is bailing the coordinators out,
But you
and they're
can't-
not upset about the fact that they're winning games, and like Tristan and Christian
I'm
are happy
insanely
about
happy
it.
about the 2014 win over LSU. Fuck that.
But if you stay
You know-
if you stay stagnant over,
No, I get that part of it.
yeah,
It's
kind of
play calls
just
that
saying-
I've seen that's really questionable that shouldn't have been called.
It's like-
I get that, but then again, like,
when Auburn made the SEC championship run. Kerryon Johnson got hurt in the Alabama game. They couldn't win the Georgia game. The play calling wasn't good. Everybody knew that. It was just Kerryon Johnson was a good enough player, along with Jarrett Stidham, that they could get the job done when they needed to. And then the play calling stayed the exact same when you didn't have as good of a running back, and you couldn't change anything, and you got your eyes beat in by Georgia. So, yeah, they're being appreciative of it, but at the same time, you always want to see trying to get better in all aspects all the time.
what I'm saying is, I have a hard time calling a coach, or a coordinator, or whatever, dog shit after an 11-1 record. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you're just already counting the win. The game hadn't been played yet.
14-17. I
The
didn't say
game-
we win by much.
The game hadn't been played yet. Okay.
That's fair. Okay, 10-1 record. I have a hard time calling a coach dog shit.
Look, I'm already
Over a 10-1 record.
watching basketball games. Okay.
Let's move on into the Blume, Michigan State, Ohio State pick.
Michigan, Ohio State. Said Michigan State.
Did I? God, what a bitch. I meant the Michigan.
Michigan
Ohio
State's
State.
I don't
obvious.
want to talk about it.
Michigan State's obviously better.
I don't want to talk about
Clearly.
Michigan State.
We'll talk,
Is that Auburn's
what
better
I
than
meant
Ole
to
Miss?
say was the Michigan Ohio State pick.
Auburn's better than Ole Miss. Tell me I'm wrong.
Alabama Auburn fans over Ole Miss.
I said Auburn's better than Ole Miss. Tell me I'm
You
wrong.
guys don't like,
like Lane Kiffin.
what's his
Lane
name?
Kiffin?
Joey Freshwater?
I love Joe Freshwater. You don't like him?
No, I thought we were talking about somebody else. I thought he was going to say somebody else. I went ahead and said no. But
Oh, yeah. I like Lane Kiffin for real.
I love.
It's-
I
I
hope
think he's
I hope Lane
I
Kiffin
love
comes to Bama after Nick Saban.
Look,
Oh God.
I'd rather have Dabo Swinney.
I mean, he's a excuse having motherfucker, but
Hey, how fucking funny was
it is his home.
I don't know. That
Shut the
would-
hell up.
That'd be hilarious.
Ed Orgeron just got paid $60 million. He's never going to coach
Ed
again.
Orgeron's going on the
That'd
beach
be
and then going on the Bachelor.
Yeah, he's
He's
going.
going to Bayou
you imagine
Location.
that?
Oh yeah, boy.
That's the Bachelor, dude.
We
We're
gonna
talking
come
about
down there with
highest-
the pudding.
Dude, I guarantee you
Highest
their
rating.
ratings would go through the roof if he was on the Bachelor.
They-
Here we are. My name is Ed Orgeron. We're on the back.
Yeah, I don't know about you, lady. I don't think you're getting a rose.
If you're not blonde, I don't want you.
But
You better bring me a whole bowl of shrimp and some gumbo.
How about you boiling shrimp? You ain't getting no rose.
And this ain't for no tiger.
Sissy blue shirt.
That shit was funny.
So-
Hey, I don't give a shit who you are. That might be line of the year.
so
Yo,
look,
yo, sissy blue
hey,
shirt.
line of the year, back-to-back years.
Bring your
Well,
ass
not
down
back-
here
not
with a
back-to-back,
sissy ass
but-
shirt, blue sissy ass.
Roll
blue
Tide,
shirt.
fuck you.
Look,
That was a.
I will say this one thing about Ole Miss that I think it reflects poorly on Lane Kiffin's. I won't say character because it's not that serious as football, but just on him as a coach. Ole Miss has a problem faking injuries. They have a huge problem, and I think it's fucking scummy. Did you watch the whole Egg Bowl?
I watched it right at the
I didn't watch
end.
any of
Mississippi
it.
State
Right at the end of the
driving.
half, Mississippi State's driving, can't drop a ball, can't miss a pass. I mean, just shoving it down their fucking throats.
I don't
And right before the ball snap, 55, he did it in the Auburn game a bunch. I think he did it in the Alabama game a bunch. He falls down, almost takes a knee and then sits down and starts holding his leg, which he was in the game 3 plays fucking later.
Hey.
But then Mississippi State had 3 drop passes immediately after that.
Slow down. That
You
momentum.
slow down the momentum, you slow down the rhythm, and it fucks
And then
the other team
after
up.
that, Mississippi State drops 3 balls in the
Yeah.
end zone.
And then has to kick a field goal and then misses
I
the
didn't
field
see
goal.
any of the game. That's
Hey,
kind of wild.
Auburn does that tomorrow during the Iron Bowl when they win. Are you mad about it?
I mean, I'm going to say it was scummy. If I'm an Ole Miss fan, I'm taking the win. I'm just saying it's scummy.
I'm letting you know right now.
There's
if
a-
Michigan does that, I'm yelling my
There's
brains out.
there's
saying,
a
"Let's
reason. There's a reason they only give you 3 fucking timeouts.
go." Okay.
There's a reason for that.
All right, I'm just letting you know. My
They-
team
they'll
does that.
probably
Hey,
crack
it's-
down on
Let's
something
go.
like that next year. I
But the thing
imagine.
is, what's so hard about it is you're going to tell a kid he's not hurt when he's when actually
Yeah.
is.
Because you never know.
Because cramps do happen.
Right.
So either Ole Miss needs to fire their strength and conditioning coach, or they need to get their shit together. One or the other.
Yeah. LeBron James School of Acting.
LeBron Johnny.
That's where
Yeah.
he went.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta. Yeah.
All right, Blume,
Remind me of that
let's
later.
hear the score.
All right.
Does that happen?
Let's hear that score. That Ohio State, Michigan.
Ohio State, Michigan. All right, one of two things gonna happen. I think for Michigan to win this game, they need to take the damn air out of the football. They need to run it like 56 times. And
Tom Brady's good at that.
I
No,
don't.
they know a guy.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Unfortunately, I don't see us winning this game. I think it's probably not even gonna be close. If it's a close game, I think Michigan wins, but I think we're probably gonna get run.
You know the one thing that sucks for Michigan, like about Tom Brady, is that he hasn't retired yet, and it's always fun seeing former players like somebody like Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time in the NFL,
Wrong.
accolade wise, the greatest quarterback of it, like that's not an argument.
Okay.
Being on the sideline would just be would give so much life to the stadium.
Has
Who's the
Tom
best
Brady
quarterback?
ever been to a
He's
Michigan?
going to say Peyton Manning.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Look,
I used to be on that train, Bloom, and it just feels so much better when you just quit denying it.
I'm gonna tell you what, and I believe that because Joyner was a fuck you Tom Brady, and I was kind of
I
right
hate
there
that
with him,
motherfucker.
and I wasn't necessarily fuck Tom Brady
And it-
because I like Bill Belichick.
You know what sucks? He's playing in Indy this weekend.
Really?
And I had to sell my tickets.
I didn't
Bet you made some
didn't
decent money off of those tickets there.
start. I mean, I've appreciated Tom Brady because of what he is, and I've always been a Belichick fan. And then when he went down and won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, I was like, okay, well,
I hate
it's
it.
undeniable.
Do you
I hate it.
do you think
I hate
you'd be as big of a Belichick fan if it wasn't for Nick Saban?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd still be a fan, of course, but you think you'd be like, I really love that guy, or do you think Nick Saban plays a little bit of part on
Well,
that team?
I appreciate like him being a good coach, like
Yeah.
and that's just when I say that, that's what I mean.
Now, I
Like,
will say, if you did want to argue that Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay, not many quarterbacks leave their team, sign with another team, and then every star in the league decides they want to play there too.
I won't.
That doesn't happen very often. Which you could say that's a plus for him because people wanted to play with him. But Peyton Manning went to the Broncos, and it's not like they signed 15 All-Stars. They signed.
He had the team he had.
Well, I want to be a Patriots fan, more than anybody, but
Can't be
I'm not
Bama.
going to because of
Used to be an Atlanta fan, first of all.
well, yeah, but I can't do the jump on the bandwagon thing, even though they're not a bandwagon
Yeah.
anymore. But I may have to because Mac Jones is.
Hey, he
Rookie
said,
ball.
truth,
Fucking
truth,
Bro,
truth,
Hey, come on over.
last winter, I remember y'all having this exact
You a
conversation.
Patriots fan?
I always have been.
Okay, well, I may be a Patriots.
Look,
Last,
You gonna be a Patriots fan?
last year, I was thinking about it.
Join the dark side. Be a Packers fan. Fuck it.
Alexis,
I'm a-
Packers are a fun team to watch.
I'm a Carolina fan again for now.
I'll tell you, me and Cody have decided we have to pick the same team, so we have a
I
common
remember.
ground.
I remember last
We
season.
talked
I
about
think it
that.
was last season. Y'all were trying to figure out what
We-
team y'all.
we-
Yeah, we
and
were.
I was like, y'all got to be Buffalo fans.
And then we just
We were.
And
completely
then as
forget-
soon as y'all were like, yeah, we're Buffalo fans, it was like a 2 or 3 game.
Let me
losing
tell you
streak
something
for
about Buffalo fans real quick. So I'm a season ticket holder for the Colts. Well, I used to be. Not after COVID, we ended up not doing it, but we still go to as many games as we can. Let me tell you something. Buffalo Bills fans, they're the craziest motherfuckers
There's some
I've ever met in
fans,
my
brother.
life.
Bills Mafia, baby.
I was taking, and I remember because I told, it was like my first year living in Indy, and I had tickets, and I was like, I told my little nephew, I was like, hey, you get straight A's, I'll take you to a Colts game. Which kind of fucked me up because I couldn't go tailgate or anything. None of that bullshit. So we're walking to the game, and there's like a whole lot full of
Bills
Bills fans. And
I feel like they
people
should-
jumping off RVs. They had
That's
like, there was
awesome.
one dude who had like a,
To see it in person.
They don't do it just for the cameras. What he's
no,
saying?
no, they're fucking wild. Like, and we ended up beating the shit out of it. I think it was like 38-7. And at the end of the game, there was nothing but Bills fans there. Like they're say what you want about them, but they were dedicated, and they weren't good then. This was before they drafted Josh Allen. But I've got a lot of respect for Bills fans.
We talked about being a Bills fan. Tristan texted me like 2 months ago, probably. He said, "I've been in the closet about being a Cowboys fan. I think,
Yeah.
I might come out of the closet."
See, I hate telling people I'm a Pats
Well-
fan because everybody's like, I fucking hate the Patriots.
Here's
Yeah,
the problem.
I mean, I'm a Colts fan, so I hate the Patriots.
Yeah, I
Here's
get that.
Here's my problem. with being a Cowboys fan, maybe because I don't know still.
Hey, bro, just let's jump on the Giants.
I'm like the guy that like
Yeah, don't do
that doesn't know if he's a Cowboys fan or not.
He's experimenting.
He's
That's why he keeps drafting for Dak
He's scared
Prescott.
to go yell, "Go Cowboys!"
He's like watched Seahawks games and liked a little bit.
Yeah, and he's really scared to just go ahead and go to a game, and get the full experience. Here's the thing:
You're a Metro Cowboys fan.
yeah, I'm Metro Cowboy guy. So here's the
Metro
problem:
Cowboys.
you either hate the Cowboys or you love the Cowboys, and I've never been in this type of situation to where I'm in the middle.
I didn't like him
never
when
been
they
like
had Tony
that.
Romo. I
So
never
I
thought,
hated Tony Romo.
I didn't
Love
hate him. I just never thought he was good and should have got the praise he got.
I
Love
can
him.
do without his broadcasting.
His broadcast is great.
That's what I was about to say.
I was gonna say,
Love
his
his
broadcast
broadcast.
is
Well,
so
here's the
good.
thing: is he tells you what happens before the plays. It's like spoiler alerts for the football plays.
But that's impressive, super impressive. It's
I
not.
know it's
You've
impressive,
never
but I don't
seen
want to
it
hear
before.
it.
Nah,
So here's the problem. My Cowboys thing. They're just not good enough for me to be like.
you want to see somebody with some potential. It looks like the
Yeah,
team's
and
about
I
to be
think they had.
dismantled.
I really thought they had it, but I mean,
It looks like they're about to be dismantled if it keeps going the way it's going.
it's
Yeah, it's going.
I
real
know a
downhill.
perfect team for you guys to root for. Like as a podcast, like get behind
what you got.
the Cincinnati Bengals.
Fuck no.
But they're
Fuck the
no,
Bengals.
because they'll never put enough money into their franchise to
It used to
actually
be
win
like that.
games.
It used to be
Listen,
like
I
that.
fucks
It's
with
not
Joe
like
Burrow.
that anymore.
I fucks with Joe Burrow. Dude's a hell of a quarterback, and he's got the swag of
Joey
like, Big Dick Joe. My man has the best swagger of like.
As a Colts fan, I'm scared to play them.
There's a difference between arrogance and cocky, like confidence, and he's got the best combination of both. He's
And I would-
confident and he's very arrogant, and I love it.
And I would tell you guys to be Colts fans, but
That can never happen.
I don't wish that heartbreak.
I've
on
always
anybody.
been.
I've got my team. Sorry.
Since I was little, my grandparents love Peyton Manning, and I have too. I mean, of course.
Titans.
He's the
fuck it.
goat.
I mean, I'm right there on the.
I like
if
I
they-
like Vrabel a lot.
Yeah,
Please don't become Titans fans.
I like Vrabel a lot.
I think at the end of this season we have to make a decision. It's going on for 2 years.
We'll get a 32 team
Yeah.
poster and throw a dart.
I'm down.
Hey, you get to go to a
That's
Titans
awful.
game at the end of the year.
Whatever
so.
it lands on, we have
If
to
it's
go.
the
Or the
Jets,
Browns.
the
Hey, you
fucking
guys
Jets.
could
What
get
happens when
behind
you
the
land on
Browns.
If it's the Jets, it's the fucking Jets. If it's the,
Tristan didn't know what to say. He thought
What?
about it for a second.
wait, what?
I said, what happens when it lands on Miami?
I can fucks with their colors. I love the colors.
Yeah.
That's what it is, bro.
If it's the Jets, me pissed, but I'll have to send it.
The
Goddamn
Jets have
goddamn
look.
Jets.
Jets
Should I
have
make a chart right now at the end of the podcast? We just spin it.
look. The Jets have one of
They like
the.
the
I'm not
Willie
against that. If we're gonna
Yeah.
do it, we might as
Yeah.
well do it
The,
now.
the Jets have one of the
you work
most.
on that.
I'm working on that.
The Jets
right
have one of
now.
the most underrated uniforms, though.
Imagine if it's the fucking
The new one.
Colts.
The new one's kind of fire.
That
I don't wish that
sparkly-
on you
that
guys.
sparkly color.
Honestly, wait, who y'all talking about?
The Jets.
The
You know,
Jets.
metallic.
you know the only way I'm gonna actually like commit to it. I just like I gotta go on like
You
You
know,
gotta buy a jersey.
that or a
the-
jersey, a hat, something. That's
the,
the only way I'm
Here's the
gonna commit to
thing.
it.
What we'll do is this is what we're gonna do on this podcast. Christian's gonna work on this. It's gonna take a little bit. We'll do it at the end of the podcast. Whatever it spends on, me and you have to buy a shirt or something off
Memorabilia,
Amazon right now.
yeah.
Before the episode's over, we'll
Yeah.
click buy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, look, I would hope that you guys would pick the Colts, but I don't wish that on anybody.
It's not what we're picking, brother. It's what we're given by God.
Yeah.
It's up to God at this point.
it's up to
No,
duck.
no,
It's up to
it's-
duck in the spin wheel.
It's up to Steve Jobs at this point.
Look, as somebody as somebody who's a Colts fan, I'm gonna let you know right now. We had some good years, but the past 10 years, we've had the quitter, Andrew Luck, and everybody still fucking hates him.
I don't get why they hate Andrew Luck like they do. He tried to play through injuries for you guys.
All right, I get that part of it, but you got to think about this.
Blume,
I
you ever-
spent okay.
You ever had a job and you one day you just like fuck this job?
No, I get that. Yeah, it didn't pay me $20 million a year, but
Yeah, but he wants to be able to like throw a ball with his kid when he's like 40.
when there's other ways you could have quit that job, though.
I get trying to. He might have been through the rehab process.
Because
And been like,
he cost me like close to $1,600.
What'd you do?
I
Oh,
bought season tickets a week before he retired, and then season ticket money was due a week before he retired. And he could have quit in February when he knew he was going to quit, and it's been well documented he wanted to quit. But Irsay convinced him to stay on till after season ticket money was due, and then gave him his $16 million.
so that should be Ursay you're pissed off with.
Yeah, but I'm also pissed off at him
But so he came in there as a kid.
because he defrauded the fan base because he went on TV and lied to everybody and was like, "Yeah, I'll be ready to go see week 1."
It could also been like he was rehabbing and was just like, it's just not going to be the same. Okay, it's just not going to work.
Yeah, but he didn't do that. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be ready."
But
to
he
go
gave.
week 1."
But you motherfuckers would have been real sad for a lot of years had he not been there, though. He kept your program afloat after Peyton Manning.
Maybe.
Maybe. Why aren't you mad at the Colts for kicking Peyton Manning?
Oh, I am. I am.
So Andrew Luck would have never been there had they kicked Peyton Manning to the curb. So
I get it.
Mad
I
at
get
management.
it. But that doesn't mean what Andrew Luck did wasn't any less.
You know, I watched some of the videos of Andrew Luck getting fucked up the other day. I just looked it up. I was just wondering about it.
Oh, he got his ass tore
My
up.
man got fucked up.
Yeah.
He said,
And that's in a large portion of the fan base, and myself included, do hate Ryan Grigson, the former GM. I mean, you made a butter cheese O-line to protect Andrew.
How long was Andrew Luck there? 7 years?
I think it was 6.
6. So somewhere around there. So he probably looked at it and said, for 6 years, these motherfuckers have not gotten me an O-line. It's probably been his request every year.
That's fair.
I'm
Yeah, hey, we were saying the same
he probably
thing.
looked at it. He probably walked out to OTAs one day and said, "Yeah, these motherfuckers ain't cutting it either. I'm gonna go home and enjoy my money."
Hey, I understand that. Go bang your gymnast wife, but at the same time, don't defraud the fan base. You want to go home and read your books, you nerd? Go ahead. But don't defraud the fan base.
I feel like
people their money.
I feel like he didn't purposely do that.
Oh, he definitely did, and it's well documented that he did.
Okay. I'll take your word for it because I'm not well versed in Colts documentation. So.
And it's like he still lives in Indianapolis. There's been like several reports of people egging his house, TPing his house.
Bro,
like
Who is
that.
this about?
Andrew Luck.
Bro, look, if I'm getting paid $20 million a year and I retire, the last fucking place on earth I'm gonna live in is Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
I'm gonna go to Miami or some shit.
He does. He loves it out there, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well then, why are you defrauding people that? Because look, if they had come out and said, "Hey, Jacoby Brissett's our quarterback for this year. Andrew Luck retired," like before season ticket money was due, I probably would have still bought the tickets. It would have been a lot cheaper,
That's probably true too. But
I would have still supported him. And at like Andrew Luck at that point, I'd be like, "Okay, have a great retirement, man." But he didn't do that. He lied, and
I don't
now
know.
we're at where we're
I
at.
feel there's probably more to it, but I don't. You've probably read more than I have too. So
Oh, I have. I remember right where I was. I was at an IndyCar race in St. Louis when it happened. I had 1% left on my battery, and I got the Bleacher Report thing says Andrew Luck retires, and I was like, "What the fuck?" My phone died before I could open the link, and you just saw everybody in front of me. Just we were at the top row. We saw everybody just like,
showing their phones. Yeah.
and I just remember going home and playing "Everybody Hurts" by REM on repeat.
So
All right, let's get the score. You never gave it.
Score for Ohio State, Michigan. That's right.
We almost got there.
You want my honest score? You want my brain score or my?
I want you
heart
to make
score?
a pick like it matters.
I
Like you're
picked
gonna win.
Pick like it matters.
I picked Auburn to lose. So like,
I think Ohio State wins, and I think it's probably by 20.
you think Michigan finally gets exposed as a fraud?
I mean, I don't necessarily think they're a fraud, but I think they lose.
I don't think this is the thing is that I don't necessarily think Michigan is necessarily a fraud anymore. I still don't. Which you could say that about a lot of teams, but you still don't think they're a playoff team because Ohio State had points where they didn't look good. Alabama's had points where they didn't look good. Georgia's the only team that hasn't had a point where they didn't look good. So
See, I'm a Michigan fan, and honestly, this is my honest opinion. If we make it to the playoff by some fucking, we beat Ohio State and then we win the Big Ten championship, which I think if we do beat Ohio State, we're going to lose the Big Ten championship.
Who you
Playing
got?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is on a fucking
Hard.
tear right now.
Hard to beat a good team twice.
Yeah.
And so, if we do make it into college football, I'm more scared of Georgia than I am Alabama. Or no, I'm more scared of Alabama than I am Georgia.
Look, if they can find, as long as Georgia will win the national championship, as long as in the fourth quarter of every big game they find a janitor's closet to lock Kirby Smart up in.
Yeah. Well, I put it to you this way. I think Georgia's not as good as everybody says.
You know what's crazy? And I thought about this the other day. So, it was the 2016 Alabama team that was just absolutely scary to play. And we went to the national championship, or we played Oklahoma and then played Clemson. We got the fucking brakes beat off of us in the national championship. I feel the same way about Georgia right now.
I feel like honestly, if I'm putting money on it, which I already have, Bama's gonna win the national championship this year.
Wow.
I've been holding it together. Like, I don't want to say it in this room because I'll get into a disgusting argument with these guys. And I think it'll make me mad at Christian because he doesn't agree with me and he's a Bama fan. So I'm not going to do it. I'm protecting myself for myself.
I want Cincinnati to win the whole thing.
I'm protecting myself for myself because I agree with what you're saying and I feel the same way deep down inside. The only way, but Alabama was put in a must-win situation.
Mm-hmm.
They have to win the SEC championship.
They have to be Auburn and the SEC championship.
Okay,
and,
we fucking get it.
Well, I'm saying there's two. There's more. There's two.
There's
at least
tomorrow,
two.
and then there's. I'm saying if Alabama gets to the SEC championship, if they beat Auburn, they're going to the SEC championship either way.
Well, they're going either way.
If they win, they have to win the SEC championship to make it to the playoff.
Absolutely.
They were put in the must. If they were left at number 2, they could lose that game.
Yeah.
And still be in. At number 4, they'd have to play them right again. Right.
But I don't think that they will do that. Because, okay,
What do you say? The rankings aren't going to change.
Okay, so, like, they would have to put Alabama at number 3 before they put them at 4. They just can't do that. They can't replay that game over again.
So what's going to happen? Like, this is what I'm saying. The way
they're not going to do that. There's no way.
If
You think
If
Greg,
they want
Michigan-
money,
if
if they
Michigan
want money,
wins-
they're going to want
You
them
think-
to
you
in the
think-
national
which they
championship.
do like money.
you think Greg
I
Sankey,
agree with what you're saying, but
They have to lose to Georgia close to be even thought about being there.
I mean, it's going to have to be a 3-point game.
it's got to be like a last second field goal or something like that. It's
And
gotta be.
let me tell you something. They have to win to make it to number 2. What are they at 3 now?
They're at 3, and they
They'll get to number 2, but they have to win that game, and it's going to take fucking God himself to come down here and win that game.
well, the thing
Oh, yeah,
is,
it's
it
gonna-
is the reason I brought up.
but it's
they-
possible.
But it's like I don't think Georgia has played an offense like Alabama's. Either.
I agree. I'm
So
so
it's-
glad you said that because
And
that
it's
makes
so
me
it
think
just
I wouldn't hate you.
it's
But-
like I have not seen them play like amazing offense. Yeah, Clemson.
No,
Clemson's
they
not an offense.
they play.
Exactly.
They beat the dog shit out of Arkansas, and Arkansas has looked very good this year.
Correct.
When was that, early, though?
I think
No, it was when Arkansas was
It was
undefeated.
1, 2, 3,
I think
4,
if
5
I think
games in.
Auburn or I think Alabama, Georgia.
Or 5
I think
games
that's a
past.
route in the SEC championship. I think it's not even close. I think Alabama kicks the shit out of them.
No,
I don't agree with
look,
that.
this is the whole reason I brought up the
We'll see.
like.
I'm going to tell you right now, Blume,
honestly-
if that Alabama score tomorrow is 17-14, I ain't going to say it on here,
Look,
but
the reason it,
I'll give you a prize.
the reason is if I said
That's just my opinion.
the reason I brought up the Iron Bowl, it wasn't
Give you
for
a
my
prize.
team.
I'm missing one team on this spin wheel, and it's driving me absolutely insane.
Let me look
No,
at
it's
it.
the Vikings.
No, wait, is it?
Bears,
I swear on everything.
Lions,
No, I've got Lions on here.
Cardinals,
Tigers, the
So
Bears.
let it be the Vikings right now.
Jets,
I got
Giants.
You got the
Jets. I got Giants. I got
you got the Ravens.
Wait, is it the Ravens I didn't put on there?
How'd you not put the Ravens?
Jaguars.
No, Ravens on there.
Everybody
49ers.
loves Jaguars.
49ers are on there, brother.
Football team.
Seattle.
Okay, look, I'll tell you my teams right now. I got Colts, Packers, Browns, Patriots, Bengals, Chargers, Raiders, Rams, Dolphins, Titans, Broncos, Bills, Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Lions, Chiefs, Ravens, Steelers, Bears, Panthers, Buccaneers, Falcons, Vikings, Seahawks, 49ers, Washington, Saints, Jaguars, Texans, Jets.
Did you not say the Patriots?
I did say the
Like
Patriots.
him reading it off to me wasn't going to do any good because I couldn't tell you all the
I
NFL
was
teams.
I was hanging on
Write
the
this down.
Jaguars, but it's did you say Texans?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the Texans.
Write it all down and then look up the list of all the NFL teams
I've got the list of NFL teams
Let
right here.
me look at it. Let me read it.
so you can compare it side by
If I
side.
look
Is
at
what
it,
I'm saying.
I can, maybe-
But the reason I brought up the Iron Bowl, it wasn't because Auburn's playing it or whatever. But the biggest disadvantage Auburn and Alabama both have for having that game at the end of the year, which I get a lot of people's rivalry games at the end of the year, is that you gotta play that hard fought game regardless of what the score is. Both sides are playing balls to the wall.
You know what's crazy? What I think is Georgia's not practicing for Georgia Tech right now.
No.
They are
Hell.
That
not.
game, I don't even know if that game's been
It-
televised for the last 10 years.
The problem
That's gonna
is
be on the
Auburn,
ESPN
Alabama's
Extra.
probably gonna have to
Yeah.
fight for their lives this weekend, and Georgia's gonna fucking be eating cake.
Look, that game is so bad they might move it to a 9 o'clock time slot, make a new time slot for them. But
They're gonna block my late night snack in the whack.
no, I'm talking about 9 a.m. 9 a.m. time slot for them. But no, what I'm saying is like you had Auburn with Kerryon Johnson that year, looked like they were en route to just at least make it to the national championship. Kerryon Johnson goes down in the SEC in the Alabama game. Auburn loses SEC championship game. You fight.
Dude, Blume's got a fucking stack over there. He is collecting right now.
But you fight in that game so hard that you're gonna have guys not be 100%,
Yeah.
be tired, be sore, whatever, going in to play Georgia, the best team in the country.
Yeah, that's why I wish it was like one more week ahead.
But this is the thing, though. People say, "Oh, they hadn't played that great of an offense," but it is the SEC.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really, anything. Honestly, this college football season has showed anything can
yeah,
happen.
anything can happen. But it's the SEC. These teams aren't terrible. Tennessee's not a bad team.
Oh, it ain't.
It ain't the Saints. I know because I had to double check myself.
I thought you were about to say the Steelers.
How,
Put the Bucks on here,
yeah,
Buccaneers are on there.
fuck,
because I thought you said fucking ears.
bro.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I thought he
Write,
did too.
write it down right
Dude,
here.
Wait,
Let me see this. Let me see. I
No,
bet I
no,
can
no.
pick
Just
it
write it down right here, and then then go down the list and compare it, and see what teams.
oh, dude, I don't know. Is there 31 teams?
There's 32 teams.
What? There ain't on that list, and I can't tell you what's
Okay,
up.
Is there 32 teams on the list?
All right, let's not hit
No,
the
there's
table.
31.
Oh, okay. You're missing one. I get it.
I thought he was gonna do it again. All right, did you give the score, Bloom? Still waiting for one.
He said
31-10, Ohio State, and it hurts me to say that. Having said that, if it's close, Michigan's gonna win.
It's on there. I can't, dude. I looked twice. I can't. I don't know.
Let's drop the list. Let him write it all down and hold it side by side.
He did. I thought that was the one. It wasn't.
So,
You for the Eagles?
but yeah. So that's what was your pick again? Real quick, just state it again.
31-10,
31-10.
Ohio
31-10,
State.
got it
Hurts me
written
to
down.
say that. I hope Michigan.
Our scores
fucking
are
kicks
sent
the
in
shit out of
to
them.
Landon
I hope
Adams.
Ryan Day. I hope we beat you in your fat fucking face.
Oh my God, Bloom sat up.
And I
there,
hope
loved
your
it.
kids never learn how to read. And if they do, I hope they forget. I hope they're illiterate financially too.
Damn.
You said the Cardinals.
So I sent those choices over to, or our guesses over to Landon Adams, the owner and founder of SouthernCreekClothing.com. I say .com.
Take the under
every
on that
time.
game. Take the
Use
under.
code 3 capital RD and get yourself a shirt, hat, koozie, sticker, tank top, whatever else there is. The winner of this pick'em will be getting a leather patch hat or a long sleeve T-shirt of their choice. That is the prizes. We did this last year. We're going to do it every year from now on. And super stoked. Go check out SouthernCreekClothing.com. They have revamped the website if you haven't already, and go get yourself some T-shirts, hats, whatever you want to get for your family for Christmas. It's coming up. We just had Thanksgiving. I don't know anybody that gets Thanksgiving presents, but
Somebody probably does.
We'll start at Southern
know-
Creek Clothing.
yeah, I like that.
Hey,
Here's the
if
thing.
you're not wearing Southern Creek Clothing, what are you doing with your life?
If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
So you know how, like, when you're grown, you just shouldn't get stuff for Easter,
I can see getting like a little something, but not nothing like crazy.
like candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're
Yeah.
on the board with candy.
Or like mom,
My
like your
mom just
mom.
gets me
You're talking
beer.
about like
like
straight up presents,
Yeah.
right?
Or like
I'm
your mom buys
talking
you socks
about-
or underwear or something.
Jewelry, fucking AirPods, fucking phone case, and
Yeah,
a
yeah,
this
yeah.
and that. And for the love of God, don't put a spread out on the table and make me look at it. I will. I hate you, and I hate you.
Nice spread.
Yeah, I hate everything. I hit the mic. I don't know, but it's. I know it's not even Easter.
This is
and
coming from somewhere.
Oh yeah, I mean this has been in here for a while because every year it's like the same two people. But we'll talk about that later. I just it irritates the shit out of me. You shouldn't get. You should only really get candy for Easter. That's all I've ever gotten.
I've
I mean,
gotten
I
sometimes.
got
I've gotten-
toys.
That's
sometimes
a
I think-
Southern
sometimes
Creek
I think I get,
Clothing
like, socks
t-shirt.
or underwear, maybe.
And that's fine. That's normal. But like I'm talking about $300 worth of shit, and I'm just like, it is.
Do we know this person?
It is Easter.
Yes.
Don't even think
And
about
here's
it.
the
Just
problem.
order it.
It had to happen. There's multiple kids here.
How old are they? How old is this person that gets all this stuff?
There we go.
Bro, I gotta.
Fairly certain I know who that is.
Yeah. Can you see that? You can't see that.
Hey. You guys want to see some live action fucking karate skills? Hopping over here.
No.
Oh no! Oh no!
You're stuck there. You're stuck
Okay,
there
I'm stuck.
for now.
Until you were about to piss down your leg, let us know.
I'm there.
Are you?
Yeah, I gotta
God
pee.
damn it, Blume.
All right. Well, pause her for a minute, and we'll pick back up after the piss break. We're gonna go ahead with the top four here. Top four. What's the fuck called? What are we doing?
Top four.
Top four.
Like the topics that you bring up that you could bring up at Thanksgiving, really any holiday, but
or
Thanksgiving.
that come up during
Yeah.
family time.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. You don't have to bring them up, but they always come up
Yeah.
every time.
And it's a little controversial or something like that.
And it's funny, whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever you got.
Yeah. So I'll go first. The most controversial topic you could probably bring up right now is you could sit down after make your nice big plate and go, how about the vaccine?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. So yeah, I feel like that's probably on up there as the most controversial topic to just bring
So are
up
these
around a group of
controversial
people.
topics?
Well, no, just any topic that's
I don't have any that are controversial.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
one,
don't-
but it's not really controversial.
a topic that gets the blood flowing, that gets things going, whether it's
Oh,
controversial,
yeah.
funny, whatever. You know what I mean?
My number one is y'all are gonna fall out of your chair. Maybe. I hope y'all laugh.
Gay
'Cause after I
porn?
said that,
Is it gay porn?
no. But after I said that, I kind of really hope that you laugh. But
You built the joke up too much.
maybe, possibly. Am I supposed to go now?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how we're doing. There we go. Go ahead.
Yeah, we never figure it out.
All right, we change it every week.
We
Let's get it.
freestyle, baby.
My number one is when an old family member brings up something about sex.
That's always great.
It's always funny, and it happens all the fucking
It's always
time.
great.
It's usually really awkward, and you're just like, oh, fucking right, man.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
happened yesterday.
move on to the next one. Yeah, it happens. It
Oh,
happens
yeah.
a lot.
when
My number-
back of the Model T.
Or you like the. My favorite is like, say it's way past dinner. Everybody and your grandparent might grab a glass of wine that never drinks, and they're just like, "Oh, honey, I know about a good time. Let me just tell you about my good old days." And then it just keeps building and building, and finally she says, "Well, hell, it's been 25 years since." And I'm like, "Okay, we've crossed the motherfucking line."
Dust off.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody spray some pledge.
Yeah, I mean,
Been savoring this pussy.
All right, there it is.
We all
we
went
just
without
said
saying.
grandparent and pussy in the same sentence, and we got to move on. Go ahead.
hit the line,
my number one, and it's been like the past 2 years. How's school going?
Yeah.
How's school going?
Yeah.
I have one.
Me not in school.
I have a similar one to that.
Hey, Christian, just start telling people you're almost done with your doctorates. Just start saying.
I'm
that.
gonna have to say I'm done. Okay.
What are they gonna do? Fact check you?
Yeah, exactly. So then I have to bring up, no, I'm not in school right now. I'll get in there next month, and then it'd be just keep on going like that.
wait. Fuck school.
Bro, you ever wonder like what Johnny Sins does? He's like, oh yeah, look up Johnny Sins, MD.
They know. They know.
I saw this thing.
They know.
It said
He's too
It
famous.
said,
They know.
it said, sweetie, come sit down. She works for this company. It's an internet company. Tell us about OnlyFans. She does videos or something like. Let's see.
makes-
Pull up one of those videos for them.
She makes millions. Here's the thing.
Pull up one of those videos for
That was
them.
aggressive.
That's going in the intro.
That was aggressive.
That's going right down one time. That's all.
58 minutes, brother.
Okay, here's the thing. Johnny Sin's family definitely knows because of the
Oh.
doctor clip, and they think he's a fucking physician.
He's been a doctor,
I'm sure they
Plumber.
know
firefighter,
exactly what he
a
does.
cop.
They've
he's in
seen the
military.
I got this weird rash on my shoulder. Can you check it out, Johnny?
They've seen the pictures. They've seen the pictures of him, the Halloween costumes that are, his picture of him.
That's why he tried to get me to
Let's-
dress up as on our Halloween. segment.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Johnny Sins probably doesn't go to his family's Thanksgiving.
Oh no,
No,
can't.
he probably
Business
does,
every
man. Everybody
country
loves their family.
Could you look into your
Astronaut,
granddad's?
you gotta go to the moon sometimes.
Could you look into your granddad's
kinda
eyes
thing.
knowing he's probably seen your dick as a grown man?
My first question is, why is he watching one of my videos?
Well, not for you.
He's probably just
If I've got
Ran
porn
across
star confidence, I probably wouldn't give a shit at that point.
Yeah.
And think about it, like when you got, like on KFC when they have Bella Danger on, they're like just as open as it gets.
yeah.
And I'm like, they've
I'd be
they've crossed
fanboying.
the barrier.
Well, see, but see,
Fanboy.
if you weren't married, you probably would just say whatever. You know what I mean? It's like if she like somebody like
yeah.
that was in the room.
Oh, yeah.
But being married, we couldn't even have that as a guest.
No, just be like,
That's the reason.
"Man, what do you do again?
That's the reason we hadn't had a Bella Danger on, is because
I mean,
that's the only
our
reason.
booking agent has reached out. It's just more of a convenience to us, really.
Dude, when you're in a serious relationship, you can't say some shit like I saw 3 girls.
You know, if we start
at-
saying shit like that enough,
at the
maybe
bar
something
the
will
other
just
night,
happen.
and I know for a
That's
fact they
fine.
have OnlyFans. Like just follow them on Instagram. I know for a fact they have OnlyFans.
I have not seen Adriana Chechik put. What does KFC say all the time? I haven't seen
Oh,
the
3
video.
dicks in her ass
No,
or
it's
whatever.
the bocce balls out of her ass.
yeah.
I haven't actually seen it. He just says it all the time.
Yeah.
I gotta go with this one.
Wait, did you go? All right,
Go,
go
go.
first.
It's like a twofer. It's a one in one thing. When are you getting married or when are you having kids?
Yep.
You know how many?
Yep.
You know how many years I've gotten to when you getting married, and then
Hey,
you get.
you know what's coming up next?
When you gonna have them
When you gonna have
kids?
I mean, I'm down whenever.
Oh,
But
my favorite line to hit is I have a kid. His name's Jack Doyle. Like he's 80 pounds of fluff.
Yeah.
Deal with it, Betty.
All I hear is, "You're next," because my brother and sister have kids, and they're, "You're next." No, the fuck I'm not.
Bet.
Yeah.
Watch me. All right,
Yeah.
Blume.
One of my favorites is we're talking about like our bluesy cousin. That's one of the good ones. Is talking shit about a family member. that's not
outcast.
there.
The outcast.
I
That
love
was my number
I
2.
love that because I used to be the outcast, and like you kind of push it off to the side, and you're like,
Yep.
yes,
That-
somebody else can take it.
That was
You're
gonna
like,
be
so-
my number 2.
But then part of you when you're driving home, you're like, damn, is that how they talked about me this whole time? Like I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
we were all right.
100%. I know it was. I know exactly what it was, but hey, take the heat off me. I don't care.
Best manager EFCC's ever seen.
You goddamn right. Goddamn right. Nobody takes care of a feel better. Nobody.
So my number 2. Let me not go with politics. When I guess it's a topic that doesn't get brought up necessarily. It's just like when you're all sitting there, and that one family member that made most of the food walks out of the room, and everybody's just under the same understanding, like this was not good.
Yeah, I was going to go
This
for that one.
this spread was not good. But it's that one. I guess it's along the same lines as Kent when they're not there, or was it you?
Bloom.
Yeah.
It's,
That was
it's
Bloom.
It's
Yeah.
Bloom's topic. But when they're not there, and you're like, yeah, this is ass. This is
Everybody
ass.
just looks across the room, and everyone
Yeah, when you get
knows
the eyes going,
exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking
It's the
about.
unspoken topic. I packed 2 Snickers bars for my Thanksgiving, by the way.
That's tough. That's
I
That's a
ain't got
rough
it like that
situation.
around our family.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, go ahead. You're next.
Yeah, my number 2. It's gonna be Granddad stories.
That's always a good one.
You get a granddad talking about some good old stories. I'm telling you, when my great granddad was living, and I could get him talking about what he used to do and what it was like back in the day in Enterprise and stuff. That was the shit.
The
That's like
second one goes along the lines of those.
It's like my granddad. He like his parents kind of had money that owned a lumber yard in Pennsylvania, and so they had 4 or 5 cars. So he would take them and race them.
Okay, rich boy, calm down.
Right.
I'm not. I said they kind of were. He also had like 7 brothers, so that's probably the reason they had 5 or 6 cars. But the fact, like him talking about like racing the cars and shit at night, running from the
Yeah.
cops. And
Oh,
all.
yeah.
And like he's not the kind of person that would ever you would never think that talking
Right.
to him now. But like racing them down roads and then
Yeah.
running from the cops and stuff like that.
My granddad used to tell me. He told me a story about they would drag race tires. Like they would switch tires, put on the slicks and everything, and drag race and everything, and all that stuff. And he was telling me like one night they tied a chain to the sheriff's axle to a tree he was parked up behind. He was sleeping in his car. They tied a chain
And
to it. They drove by hauling ass, and he went after him and snatched the fucking back axle out of that motherfucker. That's the funniest story, dude. I will never. He told me that when I was young, and
Oh my
I've always
gosh.
kept that
I
one.
was talking to Kayla's grandmother, and I can't remember if it was her husband or her dad. I think it was her father. Owned, you know where the stage field's at now, behind where Skinner lives.
Yeah.
They used to own that. It was a peanut field, and he kept having problems with the flight school. Kept landing the helicopters in his peanut field and fucking his crops up. And he kept telling them, and they were like, basically, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? We're the government. So they landed out there. They like PL'd, like something went wrong, not major though. So they just went ahead and landed in the field and was gonna come get it later. While they were gone, he chained a tractor to the helicopter
Oh my god!
and was like, "Fuck you, it's mine until you pay me for my crops."
Nice.
I thought he said, "Fuck you, now it's our land," but that's why it's a stage field now.
Nice.
You talking about being vindictive? We're gonna put an entire stage field out here now because fuck you.
Yeah. Well, how about
Holy
fuck you?
shit?
Yeah, he chained a tractor to a
That's hilarious.
That's
a
fucking
helicopter.
hard.
Yeah.
That's fucking hard. My number 2. How's your girlfriend doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
That one
How's
hits
that
me in
girlfriend?
Where-
Nick?
where-
that one hits me in the fucking gut.
Where's that girl that was here? Weren't you talking to somebody?
Oh, what's worse is when you
When
like
it's one
when
from,
it's
like,
a
way
different
back-
girl, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Dude, I bet you that did know the."
Bro,
Shut
I did
the
that
fuck up.
5
It's-
times Wednesday
Dude, I'm
night
telling you,
at the bar. I was like, oh, yeah, y'all are still together. Oh, no, you're not, and you're married to somebody else. My bad.
well, it's not necessarily how's your girlfriend doing. It's you got any girlfriend? And you'd be like, yeah, I got this one girl. Next time you see him, how's your girlfriend doing? Well, it's a different girl now, and then
Look,
it just goes on.
this
and on.
isn't
It's
to-
been a different girl every fucking Thanksgiving.
You
Look-
whore.
Look, this isn't to
Boy's
whore.
lonely.
Look,
God
this
damn.
isn't to disrespect my fiance in any way, but if everybody saw me like my grandparents did, I'd have been swimming in pussy in high school. I bet you they're all over you.
Dude,
Oh, dude.
yes.
Little do you fucking
Hey,
know.
you have no idea. If you ever want to feel like a fucking superhero, you
cute-eyed
hang around
boy.
old people. I remember I used to bartend at the VFW, and they would look at me like a goddamn superhero.
Yeah.
They would like, oh my god, you can lift that case of beer? You bet your ass.
My
I can."
grandparents' friends and my mom's friends, they hype me up. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, he's
There
so
ain't a
handsome.
shot.
I'm like,
Yeah, but I bet you're having to beat him off with a stick. No, I'm just beating myself off.
Blame, you ain't got to answer this one way or the other. But
Can't heard it. Can't heard it.
beat you off with a stick.
I said, because they're like, I bet you got to beat him off with a stick, and I said, no, I'm just beating myself off.
every night, maybe sometimes twice.
I was like, maybe it wasn't that funny. Then I saw Kent's reaction. I was like, no, that was funny. They just didn't hear it.
Because I relate to it.
yeah. My second one's going to be along the lines of Tristan's. It's not one of Grandpa's old stories. It's just one of the like, you remember the time
Yeah.
when you know
Yeah.
those old remember when stories.
Remember when?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right, number 2. Aunt Connie's pot usage.
I love that.
Some
Are they
A lot of-
shaming her or encouraging it?
some are shaming, some of are encouraging. Connie's retired now, so she
Do what the fuck she wants.
yeah, hey, she don't have to take drug tests anymore. And she always talked whenever I was in school about as soon as I retire, I'm smoking a joint this big.
I would too. I am too.
She did.
So I hooked up with a pot dealer, and there she goes.
You ever? So
This
Kayla's
big.
Kayla's granddad.
That big.
He smokes marijuana, but this was my thought. Who do you get up with? Like I get like us, our age, you can find somebody, some 20-year-old that's slinging it, right? But when you're like 70,
Cultivate yourself.
do you get it? No, they don't do that. They live in town. But when you're 70, are you buying it from like a high school kid, or are you buying it from like? Is there a grown man in Enterprise that sells
Growing
it, or-
that shit.
I can
Yeah.
take care of that.
But
I absolutely
I
guarantee.
don't
you,
need
yes,
I know.
sir.
Guarantee you they're growing it.
Oh man.
I don't.
You know how much
no,
old people like
they're-
watching shit grow?
They're definitely not because they live in town. But like, what I'm saying is like, what age is it weird to buy from a 17-year-old or a 20-year-old? You know what I mean?
If that's the only one you got in town, then it's never.
And then
weird.
this is my second question: if they're buying from a 20-year-old, how'd you make that connection?
Well,
Yeah.
like
How-
that's kind of like my
That's
job.
really
Like
good.
it's weird because up north, like a lot of my family, it's a city, so like everybody's got a guy for everything.
Yeah.
And down south, it's not. It's not
Exactly.
that way.
Everybody's
So,
more spread out. But the thing is, too, is like, so like you hooked Aunt Connie up, right?
Yeah.
None of his grandkids have hooked him up. So it's like, where does he get it? That was my thought.
No, it's a
Growing
good
it.
question.
100%.
Definitely
Gotta
not.
be.
Definitely not.
Why can't they grow it in town?
You know how many
Well, I'm saying,
old
like,
people I have
he's
to deal with
definitely
today
not
that
growing
want
it,
plants
because
to
one-
grow?
You ain't gotta have a field to grow it.
You don't have to have a field. All you gotta have is 2 heat lamps and fucking
closet,
water
yeah.
and a
Oh,
closet.
I know, but like,
What are they supposed to look like?
I don't know.
Fucking
I don't know.
cannabis over there.
What did I do?
What is your career?
what were you doing when you didn't have a job? But no, what I'm saying is like Kayla's been all through that house and never. She didn't
Hey,
know we
man,
smoked
that's-
weed, so there's
No,
no
I
way.
don't-
So there's no way she knows
I don't
if
grow
he's
it.
growing it or
I
not.
watch
mad
too
about
much
it.
Because she's
TV.
been all over the house. Where would he have grown it if she hadn't found it yet? You know,
Well, probably outside.
they have
Tomato
just
plants.
an open yard.
Hell, it could be right in the middle of the
Big
living room.
old
You just
Their
overlooked
backyard
it.
looks like my backyard.
Yeah. Hey, don't look if you don't want to see it.
I think that before you come in this confident, you need to go take a look.
I mean, I've not seen where they're hiding. If they're growing it, I've
hidden
never
in
seen
plain
it.
sight.
They don't have a garden. They don't have. There's
the
just
attic.
it's just a plant. It could see now that I haven't been in the attic,
bad
so
move.
it could be there.
I'm about to have to roll out.
You just want to move while we're
You
recording?
Or just say your last two.
All right, say your last two real
I
quick.
ain't got my last 2 ready. I don't know, man.
All right, let's split it real quick.
It's got to be in the political realm, all right? It's got to be something that's like, did you see what's going on right now? Like,
Did
nothing
you see what Biden
specific.
said? Did you see what Trump said?
Anything like that. It's like, how about this?
Yeah.
Another
That's
one's
always how it starts. Dude.
yeah, it's all how about this, and then it goes to something else, and then after that, okay, my fourth one is going to be, what's the deal with the prices on this right now? Right?
Gas.
Hey,
Oh,
why the
yeah.
hell is gas so expensive? Why
Then
the
guess-
hell
but
is
the-
beef so
that
expensive?
stemmed from the
Yeah,
politics comment.
Yeah.
Always does.
It's just one long conversation.
What's
Yes.
y'all's gas right?
How much? Like 330, 320?
328, I think.
Lucky
All
bastard.
right, you can cut it whenever you
I
can.
saw some that was
I'm
298.
Why you gonna cut? I'm gonna piss.
Bro, it's 4.
All right, let's get it.
Alright.
I don't remember where we were.
Top 4.
Blume or Kent read off his top 4, but it was mine before Kent went.
All right, bet.
So my favorite topic we have is at my dad's side of the family Thanksgiving. Everybody gets there normally on time. You know, these past couple of years I've been killing it getting there early, but the readers,
You early?
the readers, we always take over under bets on what time they're going to be there. Because they're always later than everybody else. Like, and I don't mean by 10 minutes. They're normally later,
Hours.
like 30, 45 minutes later than everybody else. Yeah.
I love that. Talking shit about people who are late.
Well, we showed them. We wrote it all down. Then wrote down who had what over under. We said 11:4. Like one day it was like 11:45, and then we wrote down who had the over, who had the under, and then we even showed them like the chart we made and everything. So
That's
but
awesome.
they know that. Normally it's Mason that rolls in, then Colby, then Tyler, and then the parents.
Oh, wait. You're related to, like,
Mason, yeah.
The readers?
I've told you this like 6 times.
no, I no, you
Yes, definitely have. But yeah.
I don't think you have.
We usually guess if my brother and sister-in-law are gonna show up or not.
Are gonna show up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that like you make fun of whoever's late. I
Yeah.
think we should start late shaming people. I think that's kind of what's wrong with the
That's
country.
not new to my life.
Well, Joiner's late all the time.
Yeah.
Every time.
I live right there. I come in 5 minutes late at least every day.
No, that's the
That's-
under.
I said at least.
Okay.
I think this kind of
It's
tells
like
you
more
about
like 10 to 20.
about me. It's like I'm early for everything, and it's usually because I don't have a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
I will say the reason I'm late is because normally right before I leave the house I gotta take a shit.
That
It's always, hold on, just getting out of the shower, or I had to take a shit right before I walked
How many
out.
times have I ever told you I'm getting out of the shower? None. I always tell you I had to take a shit before I came.
Yeah, when we were doing it at your apartment, you were always in the shower.
No, well, yeah, that's different. I didn't have to travel there. Yeah, so, but normally when before I leave the house, I always gotta take a shit.
Yeah, this is true. Well, whose turn was it?
It would be your turn.
You just went.
Yeah.
My number 3 is going to be somebody talking shit. This is for fat people only. You look like you gained. You look a couple pounds.
damn it, I love that.
Or
I always get the opposite.
he finally put some meat on them bones.
I've gained weight. I've gained weight every year since like high school, and I get, oh, you look like you lost some weight. You look too skinny, and I'm like, definitely not. Just weight shifted around. I've got a big jacket on. You can't tell it's on my belly instead of my legs now.
Fat people, bro.
Dude, I love that. I love that. And we're going to get in later about that, how I rip my jeans.
Oh yeah.
But I love that. And I love how, like, nowadays, like, and it's been the same for years. You're going up, or you're going out, not up anymore. And it's like, yeah, asshole.
Appreciate
I get it. I'm
Shit
old.
happened.
That really hit you right there, didn't it?
No, I get it. No,
I could see like the hurt in Blume's like voice right there in his eyes.
no, hey, hey, I like to drink, I like to eat. Fuck them.
Healthy.
Yeah, hey, I love me. I love me some me. Nobody else loves me some me. Who else is gonna love me some me?
So anyway, rolling on to our next one.
My number 3, and it's not even everybody. It's one specific person. It's my Uncle Richard. He's always like, well, you catch any fish? How many are you catching? And I haven't been fishing in months. And, like, I was big in fishing there for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it's every year. You caught any fish? How many fish you been catching? Where you going? Well, shit, I'm not going, really, anymore. That's one that's a question that's every year, actually.
My number 4 is a hard hitter, and none of you are going to have it. But go ahead.
I got a good number 3, and it's mostly because I just don't believe in paying for new cars, and I mostly pay for some pretty shitty cars, to tell you the truth. And my girlfriend could attest to this. It's, how's your car running? Okay, yes, I
got
get
here,
it.
didn't it, bitch?
Yeah, well, no, actually, no. We took my mom's car, but it's actually running pretty shitty. But I just don't believe in a car payment, so I don't fucking buy a new car. I don't know. Like, I had
money for beer.
I had the wagon for a
Shag
while,
wagon.
and that's not a shitty car. That's actually pretty awesome. We actually got it fixed up pretty
Hey,
quick. So
you shaking the camera?
Oh, my
okay?
bad, you.
it's the so now it's like the tailgate vehicle.
Yeah, you
But
can
I have
haul
a
a bunch of
knack for
shit.
finding, like, kind of, what the world views as crappy cars. I love them. But, yeah,
The
I've got an
green
old
machine.
DeVille.
How about the green machine? That was
The green machine. That thing was tough.
The toolbox was the highlight.
Yeah.
The toolbox that didn't
the
fit,
toolbox
just
that
throw
was
it-
oversized was
Throwing it-
Just
just throwing it
sideways to the
apart.
back.
just thrown in
Yeah.
the bed.
No, it
I'll
was
put it on the
free.
side
I
of the
mean, what
road. What do you want me to do with it?
Yeah, hey, it was free.
Sell it and buy one that fits.
Nah, I'm good. It was free. I wasn't gonna buy one that fits. It's not worth putting it on there. So, but that's a big one. Is
So my number 4, it's not necessarily a topic that's normally gets talked about, but it happened to me this Thanksgiving. I went with Kayla and her family, and after we ate, I'm sitting on the recliner watching some football. I was kind of sitting there by myself. Everybody's talking. I wanted to watch football. I had a fantasy player playing, so I got up. But I got up and I was like, I kind of got to take a shit, So I was like, I asked her uncle. I was like, "Hey, where's the bathroom, man?" He was like, "There's one upstairs. There's one downstairs. The downstairs one is like right beside the kitchen. I didn't really want to blow that up, so naturally you would go upstairs, right, to take the shit." I go upstairs and I open the door because it wasn't locked. Kayla's grandmother
oh god. Oh no.
was in the process of finishing up using the bathroom.
That's tough.
I didn't see anything, but it was just the fact of.
Shut the fuck up.
You're
And I immediately, I said, "Oh, sorry." Turned around, closed the door, and walked downstairs.
Was it? Were you too far in to the point where
I had
she
a-
knew?
I had a full step in the bathroom.
She knew who you were.
She knew
Damn,
exactly.
Joiner.
And so I went downstairs. Like, obviously I'm taking a shit immediately because I'm going to sit in the bathroom for about 30 minutes till this blows over. But then her grandmother proceeded to make jokes the rest of the time.
Oh yes.
Somebody went up there to go to the bathroom. Or no, I didn't immediately go to take a shit. That's what it was. I was talking to Kayla. I was like, I just walked in. Grandma. Her grandma walks downstairs and goes. She goes, "You can use that one if you can stand the smell."
Fuck.
And she constantly made jokes about it.
Oof.
And it became a topic that
Oof.
I'd walked in on her grandmother using the bathroom. Yeah,
That's tough.
yeah.
That's tough.
I've spoken. I've had like 3 or 4 like actual conversations with this woman.
Oh well, now you've had all you need.
Yep. Yep. I mean, I was a full step into the door. Like, had the door open, full step in.
What was
'Cause
the
who-
face like? Was it like this?
No, I immediately looked just straight down at the ground. It was enough that I knew who it was, but I didn't
Instant
see
denial.
anything.
Get
Yeah.
the fuck out.
No, it was enough that I straight up didn't see like anything.
I killed myself.
What'd she say? What kind of jokes
I'm-
was there? She's
I'm
like,
trying
you
to
see anything you
process-
like or something?
No. No, she was like, somebody went up there later, and she was like, "Be careful, that door doesn't lock when you think it does," and shit like that. Because as soon as like before I had the door closed, she goes, "Oh, I thought it was locked." She didn't think it was a big deal at all, and I was like, I want to die. I want to kill
She's
myself."
just fucking ass hand in that. Oh hell!
I know exactly what you mean. I saw my uncle's dick yesterday. So.
The same. You getting molested is not the same, Blume.
I walked in. I didn't even think anything of it. Looked up like 3 foot inside the door, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Nice.
Bing bong.
Nice guy.
Oh shit! Bing bong.
Nice God.
That could've- I could have done
without.
without seeing that.
I'll take it back.
Okay.
Holy shit!
But yeah,
dude.
that's what happened to me on this Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
I don't even want to say my top 4 now because that's just it.
That's-
we gotta
that's-
stop right
when we
there.
were on the way
That's
back
fucking
from
great.
when we're bringing Bloom back here, that's what I told you. I said, "Oh, there's one thing I forgot to tell you that I've got to bring up."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was it.
That was the thing.
Holy.
Wow.
Hell,
That was awesome.
shout out
And
Uncle
it's-
Don.
And it's
Nice
not.
cock, Uncle
It's
Don.
not. And it's not like I could just go and leave, or like
No.
go sit in a different
No,
room.
you're stuck.
Or, yeah,
Nice.
just stuck there. No. No.
No, it was unfortunate. That's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, I feel like if it had been her dad, it'd have been better. It wouldn't have been near as awkward.
Wait.
This is why I piss out.
I mean, at any time, that's the most awkward thing. I don't even want to talk about it because it makes me.
You
feel
want to rate
awkward.
family members of what's worse to walk in on the bathroom if it's not yours?
dongs or something.
No, I'm saying like grandma's got to be up there as the worst person to walk in on.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Elder woman. That's,
Are we
that's
still
Honestly
recording?
though, honestly
Oh yeah,
though,
we're recording.
Oh, okay.
honestly though,
Hey,
it
fuck
could.
it, it's going live.
Honestly, it could be the least worst though, because more likely she's not going to give a fuck.
No, well, and she might be embarrassed too. So, she's not gonna bring that up as top conversation.
But what I'm saying is like, as like, if you walked in on like your girlfriend or wife or whatever's mom, that might be more awkward than the grandmother.
Yeah, and
That's
like,
just. I would never want to put myself through the mental stress of imagining it because I would have a mental breakdown.
yeah, I
I'd
feel
leave.
like your grandma's.
I'd fucking walk straight outside. If I had to take a shit, I would squat down by my tire and shit my pants.
Where was I going to go? I couldn't go anywhere.
I understand.
Yeah, like-
I'm just saying. I'm just dramatic.
Like
you
my
know.
uncle, but like I had to take a shit there. But like that's why most of the time I just pee outdoors.
Well, see, when I pee in any bathroom, unless it's mine, I put my back kind of to the door of, like when I piss in here, I put my back towards the door. So like if anybody walked in, you're not gonna see my dick immediately.
Yeah, and like my girlfriend gets on to me when I'm at the house. I'm pissing outside. I'm sorry, but my grandpa didn't fight in wars for me to pee inside. Like no, fuck that. We live in the greatest
Bloom,
country on earth. I'm
Are
peeing
you
outside.
feral, Bloom? Like,
Am I feral?
that's just some shit you pee inside.
If I have the opportunity to pee outdoors, I'm gonna pee outdoors.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm sorry, but
I mean, I've taken many pisses outside. I live. out
it's
in the middle
more
of the
free.
city. I love it.
And I enjoy myself more pissing outdoors.
I'm glad we're talking about this because I sharted today.
Oh,
That's tough.
did you?
Straight up.
you right, we're talking about peeing because you shit in your pants.
Well, we was talking about peeing and shitting. I
Where-
heard shit. Just a
Are you
minute ago.
are you not potty trained?
I mean, I'm potty trained, but it came
Hey,
out.
it's okay. It's okay if you should shart, dude. It happens.
You want to know an awful joke I heard at work?
What
Big
did
Boot
happen?
Podcast.
What's
Wait, I
a-
want to hear
Hell
about
yeah.
the shark.
What's an old woman's vagina smell like?
I don't know.
Depends.
Oh god.
Ah,
Go
that's a
ahead.
good one. High five.
You get it?
Yeah.
I get it because of the underwears.
Go
so
ahead,
I want to hear
Chris.
about the shark.
Well, this one's about to start. This one started like 2 or 3 years ago. How's your brother doing? Because I always say, this depends if he comes or not to the Thanksgiving dinner or whatever, or the family event. How's your brother doing? Fuck, I don't know. I don't fucking keep up with him. So that's said to me a lot.
We're talking about the shark.
Oh, we're talking about the shark?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, I sat up, I knew I had to take a poop, and I had a little pre-gas go up, and it kind of came out with it.
We've all been there.
Were you like driving? Were you at home?
No, I was at home.
Okay, so you could change your underwear immediately.
You can't be more down bad than me. My brother's a SoundCloud rapper. It's pretty bad. Juice Blume, look him up.
Juice Blume?
Yep.
All right.
He's the worst.
Can we get?
So this is how it happened.
Can we get the rights for intro music?
So,
yeah, I mean you can look him up.
So this is what I'll explain it. Fuck it, we're going live. So I got up. I was like, ooh, I think I got a shit. I was like, oh, there's a little fart with it. I make it to the bathroom, and there's a fart pushing out as soon as I'm pulling down my pants. Down my underwear, down the back side of my shorts, on the floor, on the side of the toilet. Oh no.
That's a tough look.
Tough scene,
Oh,
brother.
so you tried to downplay this shit real
were you
quick,
at-
and you just shit every fucking where.
Yeah, well, it's not a shark.
Where were you at?
I was in my house.
He's been
At
in.
your house. Okay,
Today.
thank God you're at your house.
Today.
Talking to the mic there.
Thank God you're at your house.
Yeah, today. So, like I said, I was like, okay, it was a fart, though. But I was mid pulling down my shorts and underwear, and it just came out.
Which
And so
would've
it
been-
just
it would've
was
been-
in my underwear, outside my shorts, and on the
It
toilet
sounds
seat.
like you shit yourself. You didn't shark.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a shark,
That's a
man.
full on shit.
A shark's man, maybe some
So,
dirty
yeah,
underwear,
okay.
but
This
like
Man
no, you
dropped
shit
a pound
yourself.
of shit and said,
No. It
You
wasn't
full-blown
no,
shit
It wasn't
yourself.
no pound of shit. It was a little bit of leakage. It was leakage.
No, that's not leakage. You shit yourself.
No. Okay. It wasn't like a full, like, I wasn't done. Like, it was a fart, stopped, got on the toilet, and then it came out. Like, it was controllable. It was a fart.
It sounds like it wasn't.
You tightened
There
up.
was no contained defense there. It was.
But
it was a
was
full
like,
shark.
No.
It felt
He
like-
was in prevent defense, so you're gonna get the stuff underneath, but you're
So,
never
like,
gonna let
you
it go
know,
over
like-
the top.
You ever farted and was like, what the fuck is this? Okay, but anyways, it was like,
It sounds like you just shit
you ever
yourself,
shit
son.
and you fart and you fart and you're like, oh damn, I got a shit. It was like one of those farts, but I was like about to take a shit.
And you just didn't make it in time.
Right, but it's like it wasn't expected either.
Yeah.
So
Look, people don't talk about this, but poop is like literally the most smartest disorder that your body has. It's like, I'll race you. And you don't want to
Absolutely.
lose that race.
yeah, no.
I've lost that race, and
I
it's
lost
not
that race
fun.
today.
That's very well
It
said.
got the jump start on me for sure.
All right, who's number 4? I think it's mine.
Yeah.
Did you go already?
That's how we got talking about shitting.
Yeah. So by the way, guys, I shit myself today. Fuck it, we'll put it on YouTube.
You just did it in your bathroom. I don't know if you checked it out, but anyway.
It was in the bathroom.
Well, shit happens. Literally.
Literally, big poop
Literally.
podcast.
I will go with talking about your relatives that have passed, bringing up the good old days.
That fucking sucks. I hate that conversation.
Hey, man. If it's in a good way, though,
Yeah.
it's always a good conversation. If everybody's on the same page, like, I remember when this happened, and, you're like, yeah. And then it always leads into, like, 25 more stories, but,
Yeah.
I remember when great grandpa croaked.
Nothing sucks worse though when you got to throw your story in there and just nobody reacts, cares, gives a
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah.
That's the worst. It's absolutely the worst.
How about like the old folks at like your Thanksgiving meal, like just treat like the young people like they're like not shit.
yeah.
Like they just
Absolutely.
like, yeah, you have no life experience. Get the fuck out of
Look,
my
I'm
face.
still at the kids' table because none of us have had kids, but we still have a fucking blast. So
I still
Hey.
say that kids do.
There's
We
no
used
kids
to have
like
that
that.
many folks, like, at our, it is cold outside, by the way. We used to have that many,
Damn, it is.
many folks at our Thanksgiving and stuff, and we're dwindling on down. Like the older cousins that have kids, and I mean they're doing their own thing now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
best thing to
Yeah.
if you have like a brother or something, or like a sister or whatever, I might do it to Dylan on Christmas just to fuck with him. I saw it on TikTok. They were like, best things to say to your siblings, like significant others, is why aren't you at your own family's house?
yeah,
Do they not like you?
You disgusting bitch. I like that.
Well,
What you got? It's y'all's.
that was my fourth. I don't want it done.
What you got, Blume?
All right. Number 4. This kind of ties into the whole politics deal, but because I live in the North now, they think like the North is some toxic wasteland, and it's not. It's like, it kind of blows like living under, okay. But they think because we're from the North that it's some toxic wasteland, so they'll be like, yeah, how's so-and-so up north? It's not like it is down here. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, we live up north. I get it. But it's not like we're from the fucking Soviet Union or something.
If you live above Tennessee, I just assume you live in coldness all the time.
That's not how it is.
I didn't say it was how it was. I just said that's what I
Like your
assumed.
maximum, like our summer's like 105 degrees, and their summer's like 72.
It's 32 year
That's
round.
not how it is.
It's 32 year round, and then it's like negative 18 during the winter. That's how I picture it.
That's not how it is.
I know it's not. I was like, if I picture Alaska as a bunch of people living in igloos. I know it's not. I know it's not exactly that, but that's why I think it is. So.
Alaskan people are snowmen, basically. Just like when I think of people that live in Alaska, I said Alaskan. Alaska, I think of a snowman.
Like somebody who's lived in both sides know how to have fun, and I feel like both North and South people would get along
One thing
better. It's like it's different for both people. Like down south, what do you have? You have like mud and all that stuff. Well, up north you have snowmobiling. It's just different. It's different types of the same thing. You know what I mean?
The one thing I cannot stand, because like at work we got a bunch of people that's like from Michigan and stuff like that. They go, when you're like, damn, it's fucking cold. They're like, this ain't cold. I'm like, objectively it is. It is under freezing. It's fucking
100%.
cold. Objectively, it's cold. You can kiss my ass. I don't give a fuck if you were born in Antarctica and it was negative 2,000 degrees year round. Don't give a fuck. My hands are purple. I want to go home. It's fucking cold.
My hands are purple.
My hands are purple.
Fucking
My hands are
blood.
purple.
That's it.
Shut the fuck up.
If my hands are purple, it's cold.
We got one guy. He wears in shorts and a t-shirt year round. Doesn't matter. He might have a light jacket on if it gets real cold, but he's the main one. This ain't cold. I'm like, yeah, bro. You work in fucking side. If anybody has a problem with he's sheet metal. If anybody has a problem during the winter, like right now, he'll be like, I'll just bring it to the shop. During the summer, he goes out there. I'm like, you know it's cold. If you didn't think it was cold, the heater wouldn't be running in your fucking in your shop.
He's just got to prove you're wrong.
But yeah. Those people that wear
His
shorts,
ego is getting in front of him.
the people that wear shorts for their ego, piss me the fuck off.
Oh, I used to be that guy. I cringe at myself on Facebook nowadays. But I will say this about that.
And you know you're miserable. You know you would have loved a pair of
once
pants
it hits 38 degrees, I mean, it gets a little worse as it goes down. But to be honest, at 38 degrees,
it's
miserable.
cold.
It's miserable.
Yeah.
Like
Now,
right now,
there's
46.
degrees of it.
Like
If it's-
46 right now. Like that's what our weather is right now. That's pretty fucking cold.
Like the other day,
45 and under is freezing.
the other day at work, I was cutting back a bunch of shit off the fence. It's 18 degrees outside, and we're driving a golf cart around. There's no wind guard or any of that.
Yeah, I'd rather.
It felt the same as like if it was 38 and you're driving around with no wind guard. Like it's the same. Once it hits 38, it's pretty much just like this fucking.
I'd rather be part of the insemination process for bulls.
Yeah,
They do that.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'd rather jerk
Like
bulls
cold
off.
is cold.
I'd rather jerk bulls off for insemination purposes rather than do that
I wouldn't.
barehanded.
Definitely
I
not
don't
barehanded.
I don't like cold.
But yeah, I do get what you're saying. Like, oh, it's not cold, but it.
I can't stand it.
I mean, cold is cold.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Well, I guess we're moving on.
I got
What's
a question. I understand roughing the passer. All right. I don't understand why the fucking quarterback can't be breathed on like at practice. And this
It's
is
got
from
to
day
change.
one.
It's got to change.
Got to.
They can't be breathed on. They can't be bumped into.
It's gotten too far.
You got linemen going to fucking war every play.
You got receivers getting their head taken off over the middle.
Yeah, if you throw the ball across the middle, that guy might die, and that's legit.
Yeah.
Like, what is the safety doing every play? They're smoking the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me this motherfucker that's back here, this supposed to be the guy, can't get fucking touched?
Yeah. Oh no, I get it.
You're not a defenseless player if you're on the field. In my eyes.
So what you're looking around, like trying to find who you're going to throw the ball to. Maybe get some better linemen. I mean,
The only thing that should be targeting is if the head lowers to where like they could break their neck and they hit him.
If it's intentional.
If they hit him above like the forehead around their helmet, you know. And not even intentional because there's like T.J. Green never knew how to hit. He was gonna break his fucking neck.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't get me started on T.J. Green.
To a point, you're got to protect you're protecting the tackler too. But just a hard hit on a quarterback, really on anybody. They got a lot of them right in the Mississippi State Ole Miss game.
I'm not even talking about college. I'm
Well, I mean,
talking
I
about the
know.
pros.
No,
No,
I'm saying like
NFL, it's worse than
It's a
NFL.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
NFL's an issue.
Well, it's like Alabama had the issue against who was it? It was somebody got thrown out for targeting. It probably really
Yeah.
wasn't.
A&M?
Yeah,
Was
it
it
may have
A&M?
been it was like the first
Yeah.
half of A&M.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember watching that. And was like, what the
then
hell?
then you turn around the Auburn Mississippi State game. He hit him in the face with his chest. That gets called as targeting. That guy's thrown out of the game.
It wasn't in his chest, but
They
It was-
literally touch face mask.
He was a perfect form tackle. His
Yeah.
head was up. He
They literally
wrapped
their
up.
helmets were touching each other in
Yeah.
the direct contact.
They were making eye contact.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that he touched his
It's
helmet.
because he launched. Hey, when you dive, the other word for launch is diving.
yeah.
So we
Yeah.
going to say we just got to quit jumping? Like, you know, and I also feel like there should be an unintentional and an intentional.
Yeah.
Because like
that would change that'd be a great change.
when a receiver goes up over the middle and catches a ball and the guy he's breaking down and is planning on hitting him like from the chest to stomach area. But then that guy, as he's coming down, he also curls up and drops his head. And then it becomes targeting on the defensive player because
Targeting is the worst rule. Fucking. Ever.
it's not a bad rule.
It's not a bad rule,
It's not
but
a
it
bad
gets
rule.
changed every
It was-
week.
it was-
It's
it was-
something different.
It's as
It was a
controversial.
good rule in theory, but
It was poorly executed.
yeah,
Still
exactly.
It's been poorly executed.
yeah.
Agree.
It's as controversial as what is a catch and what isn't a catch. It's
I
worse
still
than
to
that
this
now.
day don't know what a football move is.
Yeah, yeah. It's up for interpretation. I think. Yeah. The one thing I don't like is you catch a ball, you get 2 feet in, and you got full possession the whole time, and as you go down, if the ball moves after you've hit the ground, why can a ground not cause a fumble, but it can cause an incomplete pass?
That's a fair point.
Because I'm not saying like they're catching it and still trying to get a hold of it and then hit the ground and lose it. Like they've caught it, it's in both hands, they're falling back, it is in both of those hands, and then they land on their back and the ball moves, and now it's not a complete catch because after they just almost got a broken fucking neck or a concussion from the back of their head hitting the ground, the ball moves, so now it's not a complete pass.
Yeah, and look, this is part of it. Like,
You want to talk about Dez Bryant? Dez Bryant took
Yeah.
2 steps, dove. Also, when people dive into the end zone, the ball hits the ground, they call it a touchback. That's dog shit. Once
Yeah.
the ball breaks the plane, that should be the end of play. That is the end of the play.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't noticed any of that specific play. or
There's
something.
one that-
specific.
It happens every now and then, but
Yeah.
when it does, it really fucks a team.
Yeah.
Like it happened to the Jets Patriots probably 3-4 years ago. Cuz reached out over the pylon, and then when he reached out, his arm was extended, the ball was over the line, then the ball got hit, went out the back of the end zone, it was Patriots ball.
Colts Niners a couple weeks ago, it was a muff punt. Dude muffed it. Defensive player touched it, and then dude kicked it out of bounds. It was a touchback.
I remember that.
How is that? How is that a?
The dumbest
Touchback.
football move I've ever seen. It was the funniest shit ever. South Carolina, I can't remember who they were playing. They had Steven Garcia at quarterback. He gets the ball, fumbles the snap, and is about to get sacked, so he turns around, throws it to and they were like on the 5. He turns around, throws it out the back of the end zone because he thought it was going to be an incomplete pass, and it was a safety.
Dumbass.
Yeah, it's a crazy rule, and the thing is, like, why are we protecting these quarterbacks, especially in college? NFL, I a little bit understand it because it's a business, and who the hell wants to watch?
Because college kids are there to get an education, not to not be able to save.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Why are you
Andrew
putting
Luck
these-
was out here getting butt fucked, but you
Why are you
can't.
putting these quarterbacks on a pedestal in college?
you had that
And
West
everybody
Virginia.
else is not treated with the same treatment.
You had that quarterback from Texas who I think it was the Gilbert, the guy that had to come over, take over for McCoy in the national championship game.
Yeah.
Like 2 years later, he had to quit football completely because he'd had too many concussions.
Yeah.
And so, like, I get that you can't tee off with the top of your head. It's to protect both players. But when if a hard hit's just a hard hit, as long as it's a form tackle, that should be all that matters. If the face mask is the one that makes contact, if the face mask makes any contact with the side of that helmet, it's a clean hit.
The rule should be is if he leads with the face mask, it's fair.
Yeah. And because that's what we've been taught.
It should be like baseball. Fair foul.
Head up.
Face mask hits first. Fair.
Yeah. Yeah, your head, as long as your
Unless
head's up.
it's just blatantly late. Like
Well,
to
yeah,
the quarterback throws it 5 seconds
That would be
later,
roughing the
bang.
passer, not targeting.
But
yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it should be face mask is up and it's close, then that's fair.
Yeah. I agree.
I think that's a fair rule, and I think something will be done this year. I think not
hope
in
something.
NFL because they're ridiculous, but college football it should be.
Oh, and the SEC has the worst referees in the country. You cannot. You will not change my mind.
No, I agree.
You will not change my mind. They have the, and the thing is, like a
It's
lot
out
of
of control.
times, a lot of times you want to say, oh, well, they just want to make sure this team X team gets into the playoff, or X team gets in the SEC championship, or X team beats this team. But in reality, like, yeah, we make jokes out of they're protecting Alabama. In reality, it happens in Missouri versus fucking Kentucky. It's bad across the board.
No,
but
it's terrible.
But you got to have a reason. You got to pretend there's a reason that Alabama's winning games, other than the fact they have a good coach and they're a good football team.
You know, I'm really excited to see who y'all's NFL team is. I'm ready to see this.
I know. I can't wait.
I'm
looking forward
Real quick,
really
we've done a
excited.
lot of arguing about
God bless you.
who's the
for
best
Lions.
rivalry, even though Blume's wrong. We won't talk about it completely. But
I'd love to talk about
this is an even better question. What is the, I won't say worst rivalry because it still makes it sound like it's good. What is the rivalry that nobody gives a shit about across the country? Like, you know what I mean? What's the number one, like, nobody could give two fucks about that rivalry? I feel like Georgia Tech's up there as the number one.
I don't
Like,
know. They do be scrambling.
they hate each other, but the other team's been getting beat by 48 points for the last 30 years.
Yeah, but
I'm thinking Arizona State.
Yeah, nobody.
Just nobody
that's
gives a fuck.
that's a good one.
I
And
fe-
you know,
That's a really
Kansas
good one.
or Kansas State and Texas. That's another.
No,
good
Kansas State, Kansas, and football.
That should be
Yeah.
And
that-
basketball, different story, but
Right.
Yeah.
football,
Another one is
IU, Purdue.
their rivals.
Yeah, they're big time right. In basketball, they are, but in football, it's just kind of like
Missouri's got a big rival, and I can't remember who it's against.
Who?
And so it's Missouri, and they hate them, and I can't remember who it was.
Kansas.
Arkansas.
Kansas, Missouri.
But that's in basketball.
no,
Though.
it's in football. Then
Arkansas and Missouri have a rivalry.
it's somebody that's not the
Yeah.
SEC. It's it's like is it like Indiana?
Oklahoma.
No, it's like Indiana or not Illinois. It's
They
a
fucking hate Iowa for some reason.
yes. That's who it was. Missouri, Iowa, fucking hate each other. Don't
For
know
no
why.
good reason.
Don't know why.
Didn't know that.
Because Missouri has a god awful football team. I don't know why the fuck.
Is Washington
SEC
and
thought-
Oregon? Is that
That's
one,
what-
is
that's
that their rivalry game?
That's no.
No,
it's Oregon,
Washington State.
That's
Washington,
right.
Yeah.
Washington
Oregon
State,
State might be up there's one of the like dumbest
Who gives
ones
a
that
fuck?
nobody
Which one?
cares about. Oregon State.
I don't know. That's a pretty big deal.
Oregon beats the fuck out of them every year.
Yeah.
IU
Oregon State's
Purdue,
just
I
not a
feel
good
like that one. That's just a football thing. Like they are so dog shit at football, but basketball they're
What is this
like the
week?
shit.
Oklahoma Baylor? Or?
Oklahoma State.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Wazoo and Washington.
Or
We just
here's
said that
here's a manufactured rivalry. Notre Dame Stanford.
Yeah, that's
There
weird.
is no
Yeah.
reason for those two to be beefing.
But I feel that's
they are
I feel like that's rivalry though. Like you tell me Notre Dame, you just show me
The
the
only thing
the
that's
color
happened
for
was
whatever,
a ban on the field. That's it.
for whatever reason, like the colors. I feel like they're pretty like similar like programs.
What
And
you-
I
what you think
love
about South
watching
Carolina,
Michigan kick the
Clemson?
shit out of them.
What you think about that one?
I think it used to be a really big rivalry until Clemson walked away
Yeah.
as good as they were.
Right.
I was supposed to say when they used to be tier 2 teams.
Yeah,
It was like
tier
a
three.
it was like a
honestly.
decent ACC
Yeah.
team and a decent
Vanderbilt.
SEC.
Tennessee Vanderbilt.
Like before
No, it
Taj
was
Boyd.
Kentucky Vanderbilt.
Before-
No, it was Tennessee Vanderbilt.
It's
Yeah,
Tennessee, it's
yeah,
Tennessee
yeah.
Vanderbilt. No one gives a shit about that one.
no
Before
one gives a
Taj
shit.
Boyd, it was like that was the
I remember
That was
Taj
a big
Boyd.
rivalry.
You know, Taj Boyd wanted to go to Auburn, but Auburn didn't even want to look at him.
who?
That hurts.
Taj Boyd. Another one that I think is made a bigger deal by just their fans and nobody else could care fucking less is Texas and Texas A&M. when your your biggest rival is the other team's third biggest rival, I think that's not a good rivalry.
That rivalry's fitting to be back.
Because they're like, oh, well, they're both share a state. I'm like, one, Texas is bigger than most fucking countries.
Yeah.
And two, yeah, there's like 4 teams out of Texas from there. It doesn't mean as much when there's TCU, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Texas. Am I forgetting something?
UTSA.
So SMU back in the day, like
SMU
Houston.
now, I mean, shit.
I want to see that UTSA
say Houston?
Texas bowl game.
Houston, like when there's that many colleges in your state, like there's Auburn, Alabama, and then they have
Texas State,
and then
North
they-
Texas.
yeah.
We'll keep going.
I'll tell you another manufactured rivalry, and I don't understand where the hate comes from.
A&M, LSU.
That one
That's just,
and
they tried to make that one.
UTEP.
Michigan State.
We're forgetting about
Penn
UTEP.
State. Michigan State, Penn State is supposedly a rivalry, but I don't see why they hate each other. Like you guys are literally the same thing in just different states.
Well, it's like Alabama, LSU isn't technically a rivalry. Like they don't have a name.
It
for
is
it.
kind of a rivalry.
It's
though.
definitely
But
a rivalry.
it's a rivalry, but
It's
it's
at
not
least
like
high
it's,
stakes.
Okay, hold on.
it's not named.
I
It
thought
doesn't
about this
have
the
the
other day.
Iron Bowl, the Egg
Why
Bowl.
does all these rivalries have a fucking trophy in
Yeah.
Alabama? Auburn does not have one.
There-
Why is there
there-
not
Yeah,
an
that
Iron
is
Bowl
one
trophy?
thing. Yeah,
there
there
is
should be
one, but
something.
they don't like ever show
Yeah.
it.
I've never seen an Iron Bowl trophy.
You know what would be
ever.
a good trophy for that is just like a piece of iron with like
the,
engraved like
the state
results.
of Alabama with a slash in the middle, Auburn, Alabama, Tuscaloosa.
and then like results in it. That'd be cool.
I think I had like NCAA 07 for PSP, and it had a rivalry. It's like the ODSU sportsmanship trophy or some shit like that. I
That's
don't know
bullshit.
what it stood for, but I feel like I'm gonna look it
I
up.
think there is a trophy. Like Arkansas and LSU used to be the last game rivalry.
The boot.
Like that was it. The boot. Yes, exactly. And now it's Texas A&M LSU. What? Why the fuck would you change that? Now it's Arkansas Missouri. I don't
The
get
James
that.
E. Foy
I went to the biggest
B-
rivalry in D3.
B-ODK Sportsmanship Trophy.
Wabash DePaul.
Yeah, it wasn't ODSU, it was ODK Sportsmanship Trophy.
What does it look like?
It's got a picture of it and everything. Looks like the fucking Masters Trophy.
That's what they get when they win the Iron Bowl.
Look, Chisholm.
Is
No,
that
they
what
should
you're
just
telling
get a
me?
piece of steel.
That's the
A
Iron Bowl
piece of
trophy?
iron.
Yeah.
That's kinda
I've
badass.
never seen that.
But why
before
is it
in my
not
life.
on the field? Like,
No one has seen that.
I've
like-
never seen that.
It
before.
should be like okay, like it or not, the rivalry Michigan State. They have the Paul Bunyan Trophy, right?
Yeah.
Whoever wins, they throw their helmet on top of it.
Yeah.
That should be like that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, see, I'll also say this real quick. Oh, why is Nick Saban standing in front of it? Why have we never seen that picture? Why is Tommy Tuberville in front of it? We've never.
Why is Gus Malzahn standing in front of it? Dude, I've never seen this trophy before in my
Yeah,
life.
no one has.
It looks like they do it at the basketball game or something.
they just like give it out at the basketball game.
What the fuck?
Does it not look like it's at the basketball game?
Yeah, it's definitely at a basketball game.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, it's-
that's
Yeah, you
that's
can
at
see
a
the
basketball
hardwood.
game.
You can see the hardwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense
Wow.
whatsoever.
I don't understand this trophy. Why is it never shown? There's something behind it.
That's soccer.
Hey, if you looked up Michigan, Ohio State, it would just be a bunch of Michigan coaches holding the trophy.
Thanks. I don't know what.
I've never seen. That's a big fucking
By
trophy.
the
They
way,
don't have a trophy either.
by the way, when I brought up the last 20 years, and you were like, "That's not really what we're talking about," you brought up
That's
the last
Alabama's
10 years of
trophy.
TV ratings.
Yeah, that's Alabama's trophy.
That's fair. I fudged that.
Yeah, you brought up the last 10 years of TV ratings. I brought up the last 20 years because that's relevant to our lifetime. And you said
Look.
it was relevant. So.
Let me tell you about that rivalry.
How many stories did come out of people murdering each other over the Michigan Ohio State rivalry?
Okay, that's just. Why are you bringing up murder into this?
Because
That's
that's,
how
what
s-
Alabama and Auburn fans
That's what
do.
it comes to.
Yeah.
We've had people go to prison because they didn't like a jersey that got duct taped on a statue. It was a Bear Bryant statue.
Okay, I get that, but that you're just rewarding people for being irrational at this point.
I know that's what makes if you measure a rivalry, it's how irrational do the players or
Look.
fan base get.
Look, okay, I've been in a unique experience. I've been down south for a bunch of them,
Yeah.
and I've been up north for a bunch of them. The hatred between the two fan bases is just bigger. Ohio State, Michigan.
And you also you're not how many like if you went to school in Michigan, how many or Ohio State fans would you really go to school with?
None.
Most people exactly. If you were from Ohio, how many Michigan fans would you go to school with?
None, because they hate it.
We got to sit beside. I had to sit beside this motherfucker.
Okay, I get that. I get that part of it.
And
but
argue about it every single
We
day.
had
Doesn't matter
Auburn
if
versus Alabama food drive.
doesn't matter if it's fucking basketball season, goddamn cricket
We're taught
season.
from kindergarten on. It's fuck you, Auburn. Fuck you, Alabama.
It's a religion.
When you
yeah,
moved
but
here,
is it like in the friendship type of level?
In the friendship. Well,
when you
Because
mo-
up north, that's the way it is.
people die.
when you moved here, what did people? What was the first two things people? What was the first question?
Oh,
people asked you?
100%. Who do you go for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm a Michigan fan,
You
and
can't-
everybody would fucking.
Bro,
oh my god,
dude,
you don't
that
know the
is-
fucking hell I went through.
That's another one. When you bring a new significant other to your family's whatever.
That's the first question.
So, who they go for?
Which,
Or-
we said the same thing though.
I remember when I took my wife to my dad's. I said, "Dad, there's one thing." He goes, "She's a fucking Auburn fan, ain't she?"
There you go. And look, I'm not saying that Auburn, Alabama isn't second. I'm saying that hey, they're right there.
My brother was an Auburn fan for so long. My dad's a big Alabama fan. My brother was scared to tell him he was an Auburn fan.
Zach
Scared.
Zach purposely
Still doesn't
went-
know he's Auburn.
Zach purposely went against his parents to be an Auburn fan because he's like they didn't even ask me what I wanted to pull for. They just put me in Alabama shit.
Look,
Who said this?
Like Zach, he was like they never asked for what fan I was. They just
The
assumed
state
I
of
was Zach was an
Ohio-
Alabama fan up to like third or fourth grade.
the state of Ohio, which I mean they're illiterate anyways, but they won't put the letter M on anything. They'll mark it off
that's
of their
stupid.
states.
That's stupid.
Like
We ain't
of
got
their,
no
of
other
their
choice
streets
but
and
A
shit.
because Auburn.
Which they're illiterate
Alabama.
anyways, so they're not gonna do it. But they couldn't spell anyway.
That's the same. That's on the same level as Texas
But-
fans, like purposely getting Texas A&M wrong. I'm like, you can't fucking spell. Congratulations.
But I'm telling you, it's bigger. It just is.
Definitely not.
That's not what Twitter said.
Plus,
34 votes and they all went to Alabama.
what's the podcast based in?
this is my other thing.
We're worldwide, cuz.
This you didn't
It's
see
a
the chart.
public
You
account
didn't see
that got
the.
retweeted by other people.
Like,
This is worldwide, cuz.
this is
I got family members that won't speak to me this week.
this is also the other thing. Michigan and Ohio both have sports teams, but like pro sports teams.
I get
So
that
there's
part of it.
there's somebody for them all to get behind. We ain't got nobody, cuz. That's why we talk about Auburn,
We have the
Alabama.
Birmingham Stallions now.
We got Troy. We can all get behind Troy. Other than that, there ain't nobody to get behind.
No, I get that.
There's
but
nothing
like,
to take your attention off of.
the
it.
entire Midwest, half of the population there is going for one or two teams. Ohio or Michigan. And like that's a
No,
much
Ohio
bigger
Bobcats, huh?
population.
It's
And
big-
I'm just saying, like the rivalry is more intense. Like I'm telling you, this week
Well, okay.
it's tough to be up there because like half of them.
Look, okay. Is a concert more intense when there's 3,000 people or 300 people?
Okay, all
It
right.
gets us a lot more
That- well,
personal.
you're
is it
talking
not?
about you're
It's-
talking
it's
about
not-
two different.
Is it
things,
a lot
Joanna.
more personal?
It's talking about.
I feel
two
like I made
different
a good
things.
point.
Yeah,
feel like I made
okay,
a
all
good
right.
point.
Well, look, it's two different things.
We can go on and on about this forever, but
The bottom line is this. Okay.
Blume's wrong. We're right.
No,
Raise
that's
your,
not true.
wait. Raise your hand if you think Auburn, Alabama's a bigger rivalry. Ohio State, Michigan. Damn, Blume, you got
Well,
outvoted.
yeah, 3-1, get the
who's
fuck out.
fans of who? So I mean,
You're
look,
right.
if you're an Auburn, Alabama fan, you're going to say the Iron Bowl. and
If
if
there's
you're a
one
Michigan,
thing
Ohio State
Auburn,
fan-
Alabama fans are gonna rally behind together, we're the only
It is
time,
the biggest
the
rivalry.
only time
No,
we're
I
gonna
knew
stick
as
up
soon
for
as
that
I
team.
tweeted that, I was like, oh yeah, this is about to start some shit.
Now,
I texted Joiner. I said, "This motherfucker ain't winning this one."
Now-
I said I was about to make some shit up. I don't care.
Now, I think it's one of your buddies or something. He was like, "It blows my mind that people even think that it's Auburn, Alabama." And I was like, "Yeah, this."
No, I said it's not
No,
even
no,
close
no, no,
because
it
in
was
my
one of your-
mind, it's not.
No, it was one of your buddies or something.
Oh, it was Chad. I know
And
exactly
I
what
was
you're
like,
talking about.
I was like, yeah, he obviously has never been down here. I'm gonna cut him a break.
No, he's not. He hasn't. But this is the thing. Like, I'm not saying that Auburn, Alabama isn't a
It's
big time
the
rivalry.
biggest.
It really is. It's number 2 in my book. It's right there. But it's just not quite the same.
Your stadium didn't get lights in until like 2010, Bloom.
Well, it didn't need lights in it. We had the biggest home crowd in the country.
You would need lights in it to play night games.
Okay, well, we played noon.
Well,
Unless-
that's the
People were that
difference.
dedicated.
Like I said, prime time versus first
Oh,
time.
okay.
Which I
Let's
feel-
act like it wasn't played at noon since, like,
Oh, yeah.
19,
I know.
whatever the fuck.
I know that's fine, but I looked that up.
It's
Just
tradition. At this point, if they were to move it to a
I
night game,
understand.
then it would be like, well, what the
but
fuck?
Oh, yeah.
it was an avenue I could take.
Oh
so I
yeah,
took
another
it.
You took
stupid
it.
fucking rivalry they tried to make like reignite was Oklahoma and Nebraska this year.
That's not a rivalry.
They tried to remake that one. Like, I guess because they
It
were
was
both
in the
good.
80s.
They were both good in the 80s.
Because the Boz, what the fuck?
The Boz.
But no, that's
That is one of my favorite college players of all time.
What a piece of shit, though.
He kind of was a piece of shit, to tell you the truth.
He was
But
Johnny Manziel before Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
he was like that Johnny Manziel of defense.
Now he's the Dr. Pepper guy, so.
Yeah.
well.
He's a sheriff.
Ice cold out of Pipville.
I think that's going to wrap us up.
Well, we got to do stocks, then we got to pick our NFL team.
Yeah, I'm
let's hurry up, pick our
excited.
pick our NFL team.
All right.
Wait,
So,
I want you to hold it up to the camera.
no, that's what I'm doing. All right. So, if
And
you're just tuning in,
we can watch it on there.
if you're just tuning in, a long time ago, last NFL season, we
I got-
tried to figure out.
We got to go.
Okay, fuck it. We
Don't
gotta
let
go.
it be the Patriots,
Fuck
Titans, or
it. All
Colts.
right, right now we
please.
got the Raiders. All right.
I need you to click it like 10 times or some shit.
Don't let it be the Patriots, Titans, or Colts.
Packers!
All right.
It's the Packers!
Cheeseheads.
Let's go!
Best-
Y'all are cheeseheads.
Best 2 out of 3.
You don't want to be a Packers fan? Wow.
That works.
I was hoping for better colors.
Packers.
Yeah, that's.
Green and yellow
Well, I
is
Aaron
kind of tough.
Rodgers, but.
Do
Fuck!
y'all want to do it one more time? One more time?
Do it one more time. We'll pick the best. We'll pick
2 out of 3.
It's like.
Well,
and I'm
2 out of
already
3
a
and we'll pick
Packers
one.
fan.
one more time. We'll pick the best. We'll
And
pick
I'm a
the.
Okay. All right.
2 out of 3, we'll pick the best out. Well, do 3 and we'll pick
Do
the best
three.
one.
Okay.
Or we'll pick the one we
But
want.
that kind of ruins it.
Fuck
a little
it.
Bit.
Fuck you.
All right, we got Packers.
Please don't be the Patriots, Titans, Colts.
If it lands Packers, you can.
Colts.
All right, welcome to family.
We're doing.
All right.
We're doing one.
Wait.
Yeah,
We
do
won't
3.
pick this episode. Next episode, let's get 3 hats and like it's draft day or like it's signing
Oh
day.
yeah. All right, let's get it right here. We got Packers and Colts. I wish it would.
Oh,
I think
you
No,
got
it's
to
not
pick the
a thing.
Colts now.
Not
It's
a
got to
thing.
just be decided. At
No,
this point.
no, do it again.
We gotta
Oh
get a
my
third.
God.
We have to get a third team.
13?
so we can do like a draft.
Why don't you be the Colts again?
Are y'all picking the same team though?
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all going in together.
Oh,
Jets, baby!
Jets, Jets.
Fuck!
You got two green teams. That's all I'm saying. So
Well, you got
if
2
you
out
were
of 3
worried
of them
about
are
color, you
absolute
might as well
misery.
pick the fucking Colts.
Let's go fucking Jets, bro.
got to.
Hop on the train early.
We'll
Zach
make our
Wilson,
decision
baby.
next week. That will open up with our signing day for our new NFL
We'll
team.
order the 3 different hats and then.
Yeah. So real quick, stocks. I'm -2 because a rock hit my Haley's windshield today, so I got to pay for that. Fuck
Ooh,
me.
that's tough. I
Did
But,
you replace that?
What?
Is it cracked all across or just a chip?
I mean, it's fucked.
I chipped the fuck
It's
out
gonna
of the
be fucked.
Your
Lexus
insurance don't pay for that? Mine-
window the
Hers
other
don't.
day, trying to change her windshield
Hers doesn't.
wipers.
Mine does.
Damn. RIP.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Christian.
+2. I'm gonna go +2. It's been a solid week. Ate a lot of food, and I'm having a good week. So, bam.
+3. I'm not getting the hat or the jacket because Auburn's winning. So
+8. I'm on the world's best shitty podcast.
Hey,
Third
let's get
motherfucking
it.
room.
Hey.
Let's go.
Best podcast in America. If you don't like it, subscribe. You're a bitch.
Oh, and hit the notifications. And be sure to check us out on Twitter @ThirdPod and on Instagram @_the_third_. Thanks for listening.
that's the third room.